Hello and welcome to Still Got Legs, a Doctor Who Rewatch podcast brought to you by Another Happy Studios. I don't know about you, but I, for one, did not see this one coming. It was a beautiful little pun. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Still Got Legs, a Doctor Who Rewatch podcast. My name is Nathan. I am the host of this show, the only one that exists of its kind. Don't go looking for others or whatever I usually say. I'm joined, as always, by my wonderful companion as we go on this adventure through time and space. His name is Lawrence Thomas Heisey. Lawrence, hello.
Hello. Style points for the intro, but then you bungled it with the actual intro of the show.
Okay, well, I don't need this criticism at all.
Oh, that's rich, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Okay.
Okay.
There's no need for this. I'm doing my best. Okay.
I will put the public call out again, just for people to let Nathan do the intros. Every time I try and soft quit the intros, people get annoyed and don't let me.
You're not allowed. You got to keep doing them.
I don't want to.
Well, you have to. You have to. You begged me to let you do them.
That's also not true.
You did. You begged me for a chance. You said, let me prove myself. I can do them.
I will admit, I went in cocky. I did go on all fires, all guns blazing, but yeah, I regret it. I regret it deeply.
Why do you regret it?
Because now I have to do stuff every week. I have to think.
Oh, you have to do stuff.
Listen, I've already made my notes. Is it not enough for me to just show up and be here? I now have to think of rhymes.
You've made your notes. Have you done anything else for this podcast today?
Today specifically?
Yes, today specifically.
Oh, no. Oh no, I'm getting a look. I'm getting a stare down look.
What is today, Lawrence?
I don't know. Is it one of our birthdays or something?
No.
What is it today?
What do we do every other day?
Oh, I've done a TikTok. I posted
Have
that
you?
earlier. Yeah.
Well, it hasn't when I looked, which was at like 6 p.m. Okay.
Okay, well, it was after 6 p.m. then. What do you want from me?
Well, I'll check later. You might be selling porkies, but I'll take a look.
I'm not. Look at the time it was
Okay.
uploaded. I even uploaded it twice, because one time I did it by mistake with no captions.
Bro, you can't be doing that.
Yeah, I know, but then I swiftly deleted it. I've got this on hand, Nathan.
Okay. All right, fair enough. Well,
More accurately, Nina has this on hand.
yes. I was about to tell you off for saying that, but no, we can mention Nina. Okay. Speaking of which, thank you to both Nina and Dion, who bizarrely enough, well, I say bizarrely, but certainly from Nina's point of view, who fucking contributed to our Ko-Fi, okay? Thank you so much. It really does mean the world to us. We truly do appreciate it. You do not have to. You absolutely do not have to. Both of you, this is. There is no need for you to do this. We do absolutely appreciate it, nonetheless. But don't do that again, or I'll slap you both.
Yeah, we have it there. You know, we have it in the show notes every week. But if you dare click on it, we'll stop you listening. We'll find a way to revoke access for only you.
If you dare use it, I'll shout at you. All right, so no one use it. Okay.
I feel like there might be people out there that might enjoy that. More of a direct, immersive podcast experience.
Well, now we're just getting into kinks, and that's going into a whole fucking another category of work. Our platform would change dramatically from Acast to something else, another website, which I'm sure you know the name of.
I do, and I will say that I would like to be paid if we end up there. so definitely click that link then.
Well, you know it. You're familiar with it. He's always there. What's going on, Lawrence?
Probably some Doctor Who, to be fair.
Probably, yeah.
Season 8, episode 8. We're steaming through season 6.
Excuse me.
Hello.
What are you doing?
I'm not doing it. I'm just saying it's an observation. All right, go on, do it then, and then I'll do my observation.
Lawrence, this is Series 6, Episode 8 of Doctor Who. It's Episode 82 overall, and it's Episode 82 of Still Got Legs. It is written by Stephen Moffat. It's directed by Richard Sr. Where's the Junior? And it is, of course, called Let's Kill Hitler. What a promise of a title.
This
But
might...
bloody hell, series episode 8. Oh, we're steaming through this one, aren't we?
Oh, you don't get it anymore. You don't get. I'm gonna skip past it mainly because you just did the entire point in a mock.
I'll cut it out.
No, what
I'll cut out your earlier point.
Okay.
Well, that just makes me look dumb, so I won't do that.
Yeah, it just means you're rinsing me for no reason. This is very obviously written by Stephen Moffat, this one.
Yep. If ever there was an episode written by Stephen Moffat, you'd be like, oh yeah, it's that one.
I'm starting to recognise his quirks now. I've been in long enough now.
Yeah, I can recognise a Moffism when one appears on screen. I can recognise some moments that are stolen from Sherlock scripts and then pulled over into a Doctor Who script.
Wow, yes. It's like you're reading my notes.
I'm not, I'm reading mine, Lawrence.
Crazy potential to live up to with the title alone of this one, I think.
Almost unfair potential of a title, really. Yeah. If you're gonna come at me with a promise of killing Hitler in a title. First of all, that's a bold claim for a Doctor Who episode. Okay?
Yeah, it's a bit too serious.
Doctor Who, the show, which is usually 9 times out of 10 it ends with no, let's not kill. We have to be better than the enemy, and then we're like, nah, fuck it. We're just gonna kill Hitler. All right, insane.
I mean, if ever there's a time to break your moral code, I guess it's that.
Here we go. Moral quandary. Hitler is a baby.
Oh,
do you
not
do it?
this.
Do you do it?
Why do I have to answer this?
Deadpool did it.
Okay, and that's who I should live up to being, is it?
Yeah. You want to be like Deadpool, your hero, who you love. Because you're always looking at his balls or whatever.
Yeah, that's me. Great. I feel like I couldn't bring myself to kill a baby, but that doesn't mean I'm advocating for Hitler's existence.
What if I drew a little mustache on the baby?
Oh, then it's game over.
Okay.
Baby's dead.
There you go. Could you kill Hitler as a baby? Let us know.
Right in.
Right in, everyone. Or comment below or wherever. What is going on?
General thoughts is probably what's going on.
I'd love to hear your general thoughts.
It's fine. It's an episode that has a lot of enjoyable moments, and it's sort of messy, very messy, I would say. I'm not sure it needed its setting or its subplot, because the river stuff it's got going on is quite dense in itself. But that being said, I don't dislike any of it. There's lines and dialogue and stuff, and some choices and some weird things that are a bit iffy. But overall, it's an episode of Doctor Who that I think is just a bit of a chaotic mess. But Doctor Who can sometimes be at its best with a chaotic mess, I think, as well.
I think you're a fucking idiot. I think this is a certified banger.
Okay, really?
Yeah, I do.
Oh,
I do.
Okay.
I was with you up until towards the end of the episode, and then there was something which clinched it for me, and I was like,
really?
All right, yeah, I'll give it the title. I will dub the certified banger.
Okay, I'm not saying I don't like it.
Because it is a mess.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I'll give you that. It is a mess, okay? And there are things which don't necessarily work, and there's things that are shoehorned in, and there's this and that, and there's whatever, and we'll get into it all. But I still say certified Bangor.
Okay, I'm trying to work out if there's a bias angle here, like, because I've seen certified bangers so much better than this.
Well, that's your opinion.
I mean, yeah, look, this is the box we put ourselves in when we decreed it was only you that were allowed to do this.
Exactly. So there we go. Once again, this is not a democracy. This is a dictatorship ruled by me.
Is this pod too law heavy? Are we inaccessible?
Maybe.
Whatever, who cares?
Started from the beginning. You can catch up.
Downloads, baby.
Go back and listen to them all, okay?
Yeah, there's no excuse for this one as well. The audio quality's always been good on this one. So
exactly.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, it'll do.
The quality dips, but it's fine.
You'll slowly hear us become less professional.
I don't know if we ever was, but...
No, but we at least tried a little bit more than we do now. Nathan, where does this episode open up?
It opens up much like a young Theresa May, with Rory and Amy speeding through fields of wheat in a Mini Cooper.
Yep.
Noticeably different to Rory's Mini Cooper in the 11th hour, because Rory had a red Mini Cooper. Here he has a beautiful little orange Mini Cooper.
But he's a brand guy with his cars.
Well, either he's gotten a new one or he's taken it to a pay and spray for some reason. He's trying to lose the police in Grand Theft Auto. So
that's the only time I've ever seen anyone refer to that kind of stuff. Like, I'm just going to go and spray paint my car, and it's just I haven't seen one of those in real life.
Because I don't think they exist. There's
not?
not just a place you can. No, there's not just a place you can go to. Like, you can get it done, but you have to go. You have to get like a guy to go. Like, I guess I'll do it. You
have to.
You can't just. There isn't just a shop on every high street where you can come and get your vehicle resprayed.
No, I figured there'd be more to it than driving in and pressing triangle or whatever. But I just don't see them realistically in real life. I don't know. What scenario is someone needing a paint job this desperately and off the fly?
More often than not, it's a wrap job, really. They'll get a wrap before they get a respray.
Yeah, that's true. Paint's expensive these days.
Yeah, there you go. Get a custom wrap. I'll have a chicken
Paint's
tikka.
expensive and cars are big.
You missed my joke. And for that, you will never be forgiven.
Okay, I apologise.
Yes, so they're driving through the cornfield in a Mini Cooper. They're making crop circles to get the doctor's attention. Good bit of fun. And then he's just waiting for them in the middle of it, just holding up the paper like, really? This is what you're doing?
Well, I feel like we need to break this down on a more micro level.
I feel like we need to do suit talk.
Okay, we will. Just let me get there, all right?
Okay.
Because my notes, he's not quite here yet.
Okay.
Right. Firstly, ruining a farmer's profit. This is nasty to do. All right, don't do this to people.
Okay.
It's a large field.
It is, yes.
And a lot of damage inflicted. The second thing is that, well, a few things actually. Firstly, Rory needs to get into like drag racing because this is way too good for like a first attempt unless there's a million other desecrated fields around them.
Well, they've got instructions.
Yeah, did you see them? They're just arrows on them.
Yeah, no, they don't make any sense whatsoever, but they've got instructions.
Also, there's no lines between the letters. Meaning
they somehow picked up the car and then took it to the next letter. I mean, it's only a Mini. It wouldn't take much, but...
Yeah, or they drove it, but then they stopped the car, got out, and then they rejudged the grass. They went out with, like, the rakes you can rake backwards.
You're not raking that back up, no.
No, they're not. They've got bigger fish to fry.
And also, like, they're not even pushing it down in the first place, though. Like, there is a shot where you can see just the corn behind them, and it's literally only where the tires are going, where the corn is actually down. But like underneath the car, it just flies back up. So,
and it's dense lettering. They've gone over it a few times. Like
yeah,
because it's only, like you say, it's only the tires.
But Lawrence, it's a TV show. Who cares? All right, we're just here to have fun. All right.
Okay. All right. Suit talk. It's absolutely time for suit talk.
He's got a new coat. He's got himself a little military green sort of coat. You don't look like you're a fan.
I'm not.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you? Matt Smith is yet to have a vibe you don't like.
Yes, because he always looks good. He's rocking it in everything he wears, man. He's got a good flair. I'm not as... You're so narrow-minded and hyper-focused. You're like, it's not the one I know, so it's bad.
No, you could pull that card in the Tennant era. You can't pull it here. I don't know any of these that well.
Yeah, right? Well, you know the tweed more than this. Okay?
Of course I know the tweed more than this, because it's the far superior look, and even the episode by the end is like, yeah, that was a mistake. We're back in the tweed, by the way.
No, it's not, because give it one other episode and then he's back in it again. He wears it in every other episode for the rest of the series.
Oh God, okay.
Yeah.
What, the rest of his run?
No, the rest of this series, and then it's gone altogether. We will never see it again after that. But,
okay.
But for the rest of series 6, it's in every other episode.
It's not that I hate it. I just feel it's two different vibes. It's the kind of quirky, cute bow tie doctor that he's wearing, and then he feels like he's just put on a military jacket out of nowhere.
I like it. He's switching up his style.
Yeah, but switch up the whole style. Get the whole look changing.
No. It's fine. I like it.
He's too busy for that. Just get a new jacket.
No, I like it. It's switching up the style, but keeping it familiar. Okay?
All right, yeah, I see an argument to be made there.
It's also testing the ground for changes to come, I feel like, as well.
Okay. Oh, because it's a slightly longer do, isn't it? Yeah.
What?
It's a slightly longer coat, and he starts wearing a longer coat in season 7.
Oh, right? I see what you're saying.
What do you think I meant?
Well, you said I don't know if I misheard you, but to me you said it's a slightly longer do. I was like, a hairdo?
Oh no, but like as in like a do, as in a get up, like a. I'm wearing my fancy do.
No, that's not a thing.
I think that's a thing.
That's not a thing. A do is like an event that you go to.
Yeah, but it's like just a thing, isn't it? It can be. You can have a new do. I've got a new hairdo. You can be wearing a new do.
No. You can't wear a do. You can go to a do, or you can have a new hairdo.
I'm going to.
But you can't wear a do. No, you go to a do.
Yeah.
You have a hairdo, and they're spelled differently, by the way. But you can't.
Are they?
You can't. Yeah. Do is if you're going to a do, it's a D-U-E, a Jew.
Really?
Yeah, of course it is.
So that's just a different word.
No, it's not.
Jew and do are different words.
It's a do because I'm pretty sure it's short for something, but I can't think what it is now off the top of my head.
A duvent.
A duvent. A venue? No, that doesn't make sense.
A vendu.
A vendu. I am the
vendu.
Getting jealous.
We found a way to circle it back to Doctor Who. Never say we show up with nothing, all right?
Also, the amount of people will understand that connection there will be very, very slim, though, as well.
Let us know if you did. I'm genuinely curious about the percentage here.
It will be very small. Anyway, look, yes, dues aside, okay? I think it's a good look, okay? I like it. It's a bit of something different, all right? I like him switching it up a little bit, you know?
Here's the big question then, because if you like both of them, which do you prefer?
I prefer the original look.
Okay.
I do prefer the original tweed sort of look. But I think it's a bit of fresh air, okay?
Okay, it's a variety. It's the spice of life.
Yes, exactly.
All right.
You got to have a bit of variety in there.
Fine. Catherine is screaming. I don't know if you can hear her.
Yes, and I know why. Okay. And I was also not happy, I will say.
No, but... You know.
Yes, right off the bat, the doctor once again asks for permission to hug Amy. So...
Eagle-eared listeners will recall that is Catherine's weirdo from last week. Because it is a weird thing to do, right?
It is, yeah. So basically, it's been a whole summer for Amy and Rory and the audience, because that was the break between gaps, yes. In that time, the Doctor has supposedly been off looking for Melody. I think we're supposed to get the impression that it's been considerably longer for the Doctor. It's not just been a summer, it's been... Well, he's a lot closer to the date of his death than he was prior to the season. So,
oh, right. I see. Oh, of course. So he's been at this for a bit then.
So we don't know exactly where it is, because he does have another chance to go off a little bit later. But this puts him, I think, somewhat closer to the date. So I would say it's been at least a few years for the Raggedy Man.
Then he just stumbles upon her.
Yeah.
But not yet. All right, that explains a bit of the variety switch up. He gets sick of the same jacket for a couple of years. I get that.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Why not? Rory takes the newspaper, which the Doctor was holding up because that's where the crop circles were printed.
Yeah.
And then he noticed there's a new line running directly through the crop circle. And this is where we're introduced to a character called Mel's. She comes speeding through in a stolen sports car, being chased by the police, and almost runs over the gang. I will say, good bit of slapstick fun with them just looking at the newspaper, slowly pulling it down, and then just having the scream as they jump out of the way of the car. That's a good bit of fun.
That is the exact moment I looked at my notes and went, am I being too pedantic about this farmer's land?
Yes, you are. Okay.
This is clearly a jovial scene.
It's a silly little TV show. Okay?
I couldn't tell Murray didn't press silly on his music. I didn't know.
He doesn't need to press silly, all right? You just know, okay? You just know.
It is a poor day for the farmer's land, though, because he's not only had this going on, he's had Mel now, and now he's going to have a few police cars later on as well.
Well, who are you, this farmer's dad, all right? Why are you so obsessed with this farmer? What if he's racist? Have you considered that, Lawrence? All right?
I didn't.
Well, there you go.
I have an immense respect for the working class that provide for our nation, Nathan. I don't know about you.
Okay. Well, that just makes you sound like you're above the working class.
Oh, no, it does.
Yeah. Oh, no, I look down on the working class, but I respect them immensely, you know? That's you.
I think the little stuff they're doing is nice.
Hated that. Anyway, Yes, so we're introduced to Mel's. Amy and Rory kind of like immediately scold Mel's for stealing this car.
Yeah.
And then she tells the doctor she knows everything about him, that she's Amy and Rory's best mate, who they've never mentioned up until now. Yeah. And she wasn't at the wedding because she doesn't do weddings. But sure, she's their best mate.
I mean, look, there's a cavalcade
this
of
is a character who did not exist prior to this episode being written. Okay, that is clear. Okay, but so what? Sometimes you just have to say, sure, we'll squeeze in a new character.
Yeah, it's one of them things where, like, you can kind of... this is a point where most people would look at this with, hindsight glasses and say, like, how did you not see this coming? But the thing is, shows like this do this shit all the fucking time. This is my mum, who you've never met. Like, they introduce someone and then they just go, oh, yeah, I didn't like weddings. And they go, okay, that's fair enough.
When does that happen? When does a character show up who's your mum who you've never met?
What, mine specifically?
No. What's this reference?
It's not. Example? I'm pulling a reference. I'm just saying it's the type of show that could get away with this.
What show does that? What show has done that?
Why are you doing this to me?
No, I think it's fun.
I don't like you. I'm
not sure I've ever seen a show where someone has gone, this is my mum who's never existed before.
Oh, I know, but then they say, like, I've known this person ages, and they haven't known this person ages.
Yeah, no, it's true. It does happen. It does happen.
Thank you for eventually conceding that.
You're welcome. Anywho, yes, she then pulls out a fucking gun on the doctor. This is a bit of a twist. As the police get closer, they're kind of like closing in on the crop circle. We hear helicopters and police cars approaching. A lot of police. She's got a 5-star wanted though. She needs the paint and spray.
Paint and spray.
She needs Rory's paint and spray guy.
She's not going to find one in this little crop field.
It's true. She's in the wrong place, man.
She needs to go to every high street ever. She
needs to go to West Coast Customs or whatever it is. Oh, Los Santos Customs. I'm thinking of Pimp My Ride. Fucking hell. That's a throwback.
Anyway. Oh, no. Exhibit is here.
Exhibit is here. Yo, dog, I heard you like screens in your wheels.
I gave you 18.
I put a fucking LCD screen in your wheel for some fucking reason.
I took your engine out and I put a CD player there. I hope you like it.
What a bizarre show. Anyway.
The car can't move. But now it bounces.
It bounces. It's good stuff. So she pulls out a gun on the doctor and she says, you've got a time machine, I've got a gun. What the hell? Let's kill Hitler. Etc.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go the full 9 yards, but
I'm tired, man. I can't be bothered.
Fair enough. Look, I respect it. It's what you do with the time travel thing, isn't it? You go, I can time travel, let's go murder Hitler. I get
Eventually, you've got to kill Hitler,
Yeah. Everyone's just going there the long way around.
Yeah. If you have time travel, then it's just like kind of a rule. At some point, you got to kill Hitler. Doc, don't make me kill Hitler.
I do like that he actually goes there, though. He's like, well, I've got nothing else to do.
Well, it seems to be kind of an accident, but we'll get there.
Okay. Right.
So, once the titles are over, we have flashbacks to Amy's childhood. We see young Amelia and a young Mel's talking about the doctor, and then we see Mel's kind of getting into trouble over and over again. And Rory's also there, but whatever. Amy's always like telling her off and scolding her for it. Amy tells Mel she's the most in trouble in the whole school except for boys. And Mel says to her, well, and you as well. But then Amy says, well, I count as a boy. Trans king, pop off.
Hey, let's go. I will say Caitlin Blackwood's back and she's kind of slowly beginning to morph more into Karen Gillan than we've seen in the past.
She's a little bit older, but she can be. She can be a little bit older. It's fine.
She can, and I don't know if they overcompensated by making the kid actor that plays Rory like noticeably 5 years younger.
Yeah.
It's good likeness. I think he could pull off a young Arthur Darvill.
Like, yeah, I think he could. Yeah. He was they were like playing like hide and seek, and he was like, and he was just walking around with like a blindfold on or something. He's like, "Have I found you yet?" And they're like, "No, Rory, keep looking," or whatever.
This activates a trauma for me. A little childhood event. Yeah.
Here we go.
Strap in for some Lawrence Law.
Okay. Everyone get ready.
So I'm the youngest cousin out of my family. And everyone else is fairly close in age. And so a lot of the time, if me and my brother would go over to an auntie or uncle's house, the cousin that would be there is more typically my brother's age than mine, or closer to, right? So often, and this happened on quite a few occasions, I would be wanting to join in on their games, and they'd be playing like cops and robbers or something, right? And I would be relegated to what I was told was a crucial role of the nosy neighbour who watches from the bathroom.
From the bathroom?
Yeah. So
they just like shut you in the bathroom and then go off and play their game.
You know it has the frosted glass in the bathroom, right? Like most bathrooms. But there's always the top bathroom window that is not frosted, or it is frosted, but you can open it to a small degree and peek out.
You open it to allow a bit of the steam or whatever from the shower.
The steam, okay.
Well, it gets steamy.
Nah, the honking whiffs from big poos and that.
Okay. I mean, sure.
Don't get prudish on me. You know what the window is for.
No, I wasn't. That wasn't on my mind at all. But sure,
know. Mighty flustered over there. You look.
No, I'm not. I'm just like, all right. That's one way to go about it, I guess.
But yeah, I'd often it overlooked the garden, and I'd often just look out, and every now and again I'd be like, how's it going? And they'd be like, yeah, it's great, just a little bit more. And I'd be like, great, okay. So anyway, I recognise Rory's pain here.
That's brutal. Wow.
Yeah, we weren't great.
Wow. Are you okay?
No, to be honest, now that I've hashed it all up.
He stored it deep down. It's still there. I can see that rage within him.
It is deep within me. I do like this. They in the flashbacks, they do that. There's always that inevitable moment where they have to switch to the adult actors. So suddenly we've got people that are too young playing older, and then suddenly people that are too old playing younger, and it's always a fun little dynamic.
Yeah, there's no in between. You just go straight from like Caitlin Blackwood to Karen Gillan in like one scene. So
and that's more believable. But Rory's suddenly 30, which is fun.
No, I think they do a good job of making Rory look younger.
Yeah, because they put him in a little boy t-shirt.
Yeah, they put him in the little shorts and the t-shirt. That's it. He's got his little boy shorts on.
He looks like a little explorer scout, doesn't he?
And they've flattened his hair down as well. He's got his little boy shorts and his little flat.
Did we see if he had like little knee socks pulled up?
Probably did. He's got his little school bag with all his books and everything.
It's really tight on his back.
Yeah.
He has a propeller hat on, with multicolours.
Yeah, a little school blazer. Anyway, yes, Amy and Rory, little boy Rory in his little boy shorts, are telling off Mel's for stealing a bus, which she apparently drove through the botanical gardens.
Yeah.
Apparently Ledworth has a botanical gardens. So that's Ledworth, which has a duck pond and a post office.
We're slowly filling out. We're slowly ready to do our model town replica.
We'll build it up one day.
More Ledworth lore, please.
And we kind of see how Rory and Amy get together. Really, Mel's kind of gets them together at one point. Amy thinks Rory's gay, and yeah, that's it really.
Rory's. You say it's funny that we see them get together almost, right? But this is the worst day of Rory's life.
It's pretty brutal for him, but I think it ends well.
I mean, they get married, so there's that.
He wins in the end, doesn't he?
He does, playing the game for an awful long time.
Yeah. Very, very cool transition with Mel's throwing the little cardboard toy TARDIS thing. Yeah. And it turning into the real TARDIS flying through the air. That's very cool. I like that a lot.
Something that they've never done before or since, I don't think. Like this kind of seamless match cut transition into like a CG thing.
I mean, it's very specific, though. How often are there, like, toy model TARDISes appearing?
Well, I guess, but, like, I feel like we've never transitioned like this before. It's a bit more artistic.
I'd say in the most recent series, we've had quite a... Not necessarily transitions, but there's quite a lot of shots of the TARDIS dramatically flying and looking quite cool and stuff.
True. The CG budget gone up. Yeah.
It has gone up, yeah. We got that Disney money. So.
Just before we move away from the flashbacks, though, I will say, obviously, in the 11th hour, we're given a bit of Amy growing up context because she's obviously pissed off that the Doctor left for so many years. We're told she was made to visit several psychiatrists.
Yeah.
Where was Mel? She's way more obsessed with the Doctor than Amy ever was.
But Mel's wasn't the one who like had the imaginary friend though.
No, but that's even weirder though. She's just taking it on pure faith. Like teachers are like, "Why did the Titanic sink?" And she's like, "Oh, because the Doctor didn't do anything about it." Fucking idiot.
She's right though.
I mean, yeah, she is. He canonically has been on it, right?
No, I don't think he was on it. No, he visited friends, but they mysteriously cancelled their trip beforehand. That's
Oh.
what Clive was saying, I think.
Oh, right, I see, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
And then he visited Space Titanic.
And then he visited Space Titanic and fucked Kylie Minogue or whatever.
And then turned her into atoms.
And turned her into space dust or whatever. And then that man had money, but it was the wrong money.
Oh, God, don't remind me of that.
This is all our lore. This is our still got lore, okay? Listen, I would love to carry on and tell you more about Doctor Who, but first, I want to listen to some hot, fresh advertisements.
Same. Let's do it now.
God, I fucking hate capitalism.
No, not me. I love it. I think it's great.
No, I hate all those ads. Don't buy any of them. Anyway.
Are they normally buyable ads? Aren't they normally just like fucking just nonsense? Like just
Hey, fucking listen to this podcast. Or
Yeah.
fucking Amazon fucking
we're married.
Audible.
And we have hot, spicy takes. Listen to our podcast.
We're from the podcast where we talk about our married life, and I was on a TV show or something, maybe.
Yeah, and people care, presumably.
Yeah.
Says us.
Rich coming, exactly. Come on, man. What are we doing here?
Hey, at least yeah, fair. Yeah.
If they're doing ads, they got more listeners than we do. Okay.
One day we're gonna be successful enough to fill our podcast ads with ads of people of us telling people to listen to our podcast.
That's the dream. Yeah.
That's the dream.
That's the dream. Yeah.
All right, Mel has shot the TARDIS.
Bloody hell! She do that for?
I don't know. I actually don't know. Why did she shoot the TARDIS?
I don't know. But the Doctor did tell her that guns don't work inside the TARDIS because it's a state of temporal grace. And then he says, "Well, that was clearly a lie. It was clearly a clever lie, you idiot."
Not that clever, it seems. Sadly.
Not that clever.
I do think the TARDIS looks great in flight, though. They've made up for their poor shaky cam in the Almost People.
They have, yeah. They've got a better rig set up, but they were just in like some castle there though, so they didn't.
Yeah.
They can't really control all that. But here they're in their own studio, so
They can put a little jet steam blast coming out of the console. Always looks great.
Yeah, they can have some fun with it. So we cut to Berlin.
Yes.
And there's Nazis afoot, Lawrence.
Yes.
We see one of them being scanned by some kind of robot with lots of little people inside. It's kind of like a little Star Trek setup inside the little robot. Not the robot with the little people inside. Oh,
Yeah, this is good. In most of my notes, I call him Robo Janitor or Robo Nazi.
I call him Nazi Robot throughout my entire notes.
I feel like we can work that out.
Yeah, we can make that work.
That's not an impenetrable code.
So what this robot does is it essentially shapeshifts into this Nazi, and then it shrinks the Nazi into his little eyeball.
Yeah.
And then inside his little eyeball, there's all these kind of funky little robot jellyfish, which I kind of love the design of these like little robot jellyfish. They're kind of shit, but I like that, you know?
Yeah.
It's giving me like classic Who vibes from them, really. They are a bit like funky like that.
Paint
Anyway,
footballs with tentacles.
yeah, they're just little robot jellyfish looking cunts. Anyway, I like their vibe. So the Nazi robot becomes the Nazi and steals his glasses or whatever.
Yes.
And now he's that Nazi.
Now he's that Nazi. I do like it when he kind of just like creeps in. There's some good robot acting in this episode all round.
Yes.
But he just kind of goes up to him, and presumably the Nazi is so confused because he's like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Why are you just staring at me? But while the Star Trek people inside are having their kind of deliberations, like, yeah, I'd say he's about 5'11". Let's accommodate for that. I just like to think of this Nazi guy just being like, what the fuck? While there's elongated sequences of people figuring out what to do with him first.
Or just staring at him.
Yeah, he's just being eyeballed down with this dead-eyed man just staring into him.
Yeah, that's quite fun.
I love that they're called antibodies. I think that's just a little fun, clever name because they're in a little robot, aren't they? They're in a body.
Yeah. Whatever. I don't care.
Okay,
sure. I don't know. I don't really spend any time thinking about the name of them, but I just like their vibe. I think they look cool.
They are cool.
Anyway, I got a whole bunch of questions about that robot, but we'll get there. Anyway, cut to... no, we don't cut to. So Robot Nazi walks into Hitler's office. Okay, so Hitler is here. Here we go. The promise of the title. And he's just about ready to kill him. Turns out Robot Nazi is going to kill Hitler.
Yeah.
But instead, they realize they have the date wrong. All right. It's actually 1938, so they have to abort the mission. Not that it matters anyway, though, because at that moment, the TARDIS just fucking crashes straight through the window.
Yeah.
Knocks over the Nazi robot, and then just like crashes into a wall or whatever. And everyone runs out coughing and smoking and all this. Not like smoking cigarettes, but like... The TARDIS is smoking.
They all walk out like Woody in that cardboard box, just fag in hand.
What did you say, Lauren?
No!
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. We got him.
No!
Cut that out.
No!
We got him.
I can't believe it. It's my undoing. Fuck you hell.
Oh, we got him. Cancelled.
I need to move on.
It's fine. It's fine.
I like that Rory asks him where they are, and the Doctor's like, I don't know, a room. I haven't memorised every room in the universe.
No, he says, Amy asks, where are they? The Doctor just says, a room. And then, Rory goes, what room? And he goes, I don't know. I haven't memorised every room in the universe. I had yesterday off, he says.
There's little one-liners in this episode that are very good Doctor writing, I think.
Yeah, very good. Very good.
I do like then pretty much immediately Hitler kind of just gets up and is like, thanks, guys.
Wait. Just before you get there.
All right.
They are in a room, yes, and everyone seems to be trying very hard not to notice this room is covered in Nazi paraphernalia and swastikas and flags. The Doctor puts the gun in a bowl of fruit, and that is when Hitler emerges from up behind the desks. Behind the desk, and that's when they realize where they are. It takes them to see fucking Hitler to realize where they are, ignoring the huge swastika behind them, all the eagle statues, and all of this sort of stuff.
Even without, there's a very... Berlin has a vibe in this time period. Right? Very like decadent and like stone room kind of vibes.
Matt Smith did point this out on Confidential as well.
Did he?
He mentioned it himself. He said, we all just kind of have to ignore all these Nazi, just paraphernalia everywhere until we see Hitler. It's quite weird, but sure. And then Karen Gillan's like, yeah, maybe it's the smoke from the TARDIS, which made us hazy. And he's like, yeah, maybe.
Why not? Let's go with that, yeah.
Sure.
It is fun to watch them all kind of struggle to not turn around in their usual flamboyant performances.
Yeah. Anyway, so Hitler's here. He thanks them all for saving his life. Obviously, they're all quite shocked by that revelation. And then the Doctor just says, believe me, it was an accident. Bit of fun.
Hitler gets up. He starts to inquire about the TARDIS. This is bad news. We don't want Hitler with the time machine. That's a Misfits episode.
Is it?
Recall? Yeah, it's a kind of a later season one. It's a really
all
good
I
episode.
recall about Misfits is the guy with the milk and the guy who there was a boy. Maybe he was a misfit. No, he was a misfit because he was also the boy in Game of Thrones. He was a boy. He was a misfit, and then he was also like Batman or whatever. He was like Batman from the future.
Oh, yes. So there are two of the Misfits that are in Game of Thrones. So I was very confused for a second there. One of them dies in episode 1, though.
The one who is now, thanks to Game of Thrones, is typecast as the complete serial killer, fucking weirdo guy.
Wide-eyed Welsh psychopath.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
It's a good episode of Misfits, to be fair. It's just like, what if some guy took his time travel power, went back in time to kill Hitler, and then Hitler realizes he's unsuccessful, and then Hitler's like, superpowers? That's pretty rad. I'm going to give Nazis superpowers. So, yeah, pretty crazy.
Oh, I remember that, because doesn't someone leave a phone there?
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Which relates to a future episode of Doctor Who, kind of.
We've circled around again. We've made it work.
No, not really. It's more just like an offhanded joke, but we'll get there.
All right.
Or maybe I won't, and I'll forget entirely. Look, yes, so Hitler's inquiring about the TARDIS.
Yeah.
I do like that the Doctor gets kind of angry at Hitler in this moment. He tells him it's from London and the British are coming, just to put a little bit of fear into him. Gives him a little telling off, which I like. You've got to give Hitler at least a bit of a telling off, haven't you?
Look, if you can't outright send rounds into him, right? You've got to give him a little piece of your mind, at least.
I reckon you can still kill Hitler. Why not?
What, the Doctor, or just in the scenario in general?
In general, just kill him.
I mean, like I say, I'm not advocating for his life. Like, if someone found a loophole, I'm not going to question it.
Yeah, like, no, you have to let World War II happen. Why?
Yeah, look. I mean, look, we can discuss this. It's a crucial part of the episode, or we can wait till later for a reason.
Okay. All right, well, we'll see.
So Robo-Nazi gets up.
Robot Nazi.
He gets up.
Robot Nazi.
And that's what I said.
Robot Nazi.
Robot Nazi, my apologies.
Robot Nazi.
Robot Nazi gets up, and Hitler starts fucking offloading into him. Right?
Yes, he does, yes.
Yes, which is crucial, man. We'll get back to that in a minute.
Yes.
And Rory just one-bangs him, just lays him flat.
Rory just fucking clocks Hitler in a scene which I love. And then Hitler's like, he was going to kill me. And Rory just says, shut up, Hitler.
Yeah.
And then just puts him in a fucking cupboard.
Rory, this is such a cool scenario, right? Imagine being able to go back to your time and every single person you meet go, they're nice, but they haven't punched Hitler. I've punched Hitler.
True. It's true. Yeah. Rory just keeps earning on cool points, doesn't he?
He does. They're really. This is what I mean. He's not a rat boy. Season 6 is cool boy.
He's not a rat boy. Okay.
Rodent, a sexy rodent, whatever they're saying.
He's not a sexy rodent. No, he's just sexy.
He's just sexy.
Yeah.
So
Hitler was popping off rounds,
yes.
Left, Right, and Charlie, and while he was, one of the bullets hit Mel's. Okay, so now she's dying. Amy and Rory and the Doctor all gather around her. While that is happening, we cut back to Nazi robots, and the little people inside, one of them mentions that they've got a match on the blue box. They kind of scanned it. They've got some recognition software, whatever.
Yeah.
They say they're looking for war criminals, and they just found the biggest one going. His boss asks if he's sure, and then he says, there's no question, it's her. Twist? What is this?
It's a good little rug pull is what it is. I like it. Yeah.
What a revelation.
Indeed a revelation. So I like that it just before this happens, the robot Nazi like just does a perfect feint because they're like, and they call it going into surveillance mode. So
no, that's after this.
It's before.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right.
Defeated.
I was going to go to the tape, but I think you're right. So there we go.
Yes. No, I just think that's a fun little thing. Let's get some more context for this situation. Let's feint. And then the guy just perfectly goes, oh.
Yeah. And the Doctor's like, that's a little curious, isn't it? That was a perfect feint.
Yeah, actually, the Doctor has no right. He was like, that was a bit Looney Tunes. Like, he didn't just pull a newspaper precariously down his fucking eyes.
He's not saying it's Looney Tunes.
No, but he's like, oh, that was a bit too...
Yeah, he's saying it's perfect. He's questioning it. I think he's right to question it.
Okay, fine.
I think you're wrong. Okay.
Okay.
So Mel's has been shot. She tells the Doctor she's dying, and that when she was younger, she dreamed she was going to marry him. So he tells her, hang on, we'll get married, we'll do all that good stuff. And then she says, shouldn't you get my parents' permission first? And obviously the Doctor is not really catching on to what she's getting at. So he just says, yeah, sure, whatever. I'll once you're all better, I'll get their permission. I'll give them a call. I'll get them on the old dog and bone and give them a ring. And she says you might as well just ask them now since they're both right here. And then she starts to glow with regeneration energy.
Ooh. Look.
Is it a twist?
No.
No, it's not, because I feel like as soon as Mel's showed up, we were like, oh, I know what that is,
Where's Melody? Hi, Mel's. Where's Melody?
Yeah.
God damn it, I wish Melody would show up.
If only Melody was here. Not now, Mel's. I'm busy.
Yeah, not now, Mel's, who I've known this whole time. It's a little bit cheesy, but I like it, right? River's always been this kind of pointed and on the nose and a bit cheeky. And also, it's physically impossible to be uncool when you're regenerating. It's just not possible.
Master, Series 3.
I think that's very cool.
This Scream, come on, man.
This is my next thing. If we're going to rate it on Screams, right, I'm giving Mel's a 4, right, and I'm giving Sim Master a 10. That's a great
Misogyny.
Eagle screech. No,
Misogyny.
no.
The only explanation.
Stop trying to cancel me today.
What's wrong with Mel's regeneration?
No, nothing's wrong with it. It's just not. It's not a very committed screech. Matt Smith.
You don't need it. You don't need a committed screech.
Yeah, no. But if you're going for a screech, it's got to be like a John Sim Eagle screech.
First of all, that screech is awful because it's not even John Sim. Okay?
You did this, and someone rinsed you. Someone dragged you in the TikTok.
I don't
comments.
care. I don't care. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't think it is.
John Sim.
I think it's imposed after the fact. I don't think it's John Sim.
Because
I'm pretty sure I've seen The Confidential, and it's just John Sim stood there with his mouth open.
Yeah, they will have added the scream in after. No, that doesn't mean it's not him.
Why would they do that?
Because it's ADR. It happens on a million shows and films.
But why would they just have him do it blankly? If they were going to ADR it, they'd still have him scream. I'm saying it's weird to have him just go. You know?
Oh, they might have wanted his face to be still because they were doing a morph effect, weren't they? And it was the year of our Lord 2007. Right?
Wrong.
I feel like I made a point and you think it's wrong.
I think it's dumb and I don't think it's him.
Okay. What do you think of the regeneration as a whole? Mel's, not
it's good.
The Masters.
Yeah. No. I think the regeneration is good. It's a bit sudden though. It is a bit, and now River's here. You know?
Yeah.
It's
I wanted a face morph.
Yeah, there was no face morph. There was no transition or anything. It was just orange glow. We see Mel. She leans forward, and now it's just River all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's normally they add a little kind of effect. Normally the regeneration looked. I like it. Right, I always like an orange energy kind of thing, but it looked a bit cheap. It looked a bit cheaper than other ones. Like, it didn't quite look properly. Like, it was animated fine, but where Mel's was swaying, it wasn't quite like matching up. Like. I don't know.
I liked it. I think it's good enough regeneration for me.
Yeah.
I do like the moment just beforehand where Amy and Rory are still not quite cottoned onto what's happening. The doctor's like, you named her Mel's. I'm like, yeah, we named her after my best friend. And I was like, yeah, you named your daughter after your daughter.
Yeah.
That's a fucking bootstrap paradox if there ever was one.
Yeah. Do you think if the Doctor told Amy day one shit could get this weird, for example, do you reckon she still would have gone?
I don't know.
Because I don't know what I'd do in that scenario. Like if someone pre-warned me about this.
Well, Mel's also says just before she regenerates, she says the last time she did this, she ended up a toddler in New York. So. I think we kind of already guessed, but that's kind of the first confirmation we've had that yes, it was in fact River.
Yes.
That was Baby River, whatever.
I just thought it was some random American child they just left in the wind, yeah.
Yeah. But I think that also confirms that it was River who killed the Doctor in the astronaut suit as well.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes.
Yeah. But there we go. So what am I saying?
Is it weird? Character right. I can't work this out. Maybe we need Catherine.
Is it weird to regenerate into a toddler?
Yeah, let's do that first.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
How did that toddler get from New York to Ledworth, England? Okay.
The silence probably helped out.
Also, wasn't it the 60s? How did that toddler get from 60s was it? No, yeah, it was because it was Nixon era. Yeah, it was 1969. How did that toddler get from 1969 New York to Ledworth in 1997, 1998 or something?
Are we being dumb? Does this work? Could this just be like a lot of waiting and a bit of traveling?
Well, she's not 30. I mean, I guess.
But at one point she became Mel's.
Yeah, implying she has a normal kind of age.
Yeah.
Aging cycle. Yeah. So what? So you're not suggesting she stayed a toddler for like 30 years and then?
I don't know. Maybe I am.
But then it would be weird. I mean, we still don't really know how Time Lords age, but it kind of changes depending on the fucking actor playing the Time Lord, really. But
well, yeah, it has to.
But like, I don't think it's the case that she could have spent 30 years as a toddler and then just suddenly aged like a normal human, really. Although there is a line a little later in the episode which seems to imply she does have some kind of control over the age, over the appearance of her age.
Yeah, but is that like something that can just be set up in the first 15 hours kind of thing?
Admittedly, that is more a tongue-in-cheek kind of joke.
Yeah.
Because of, we'll get into it, but it's more of a tongue-in-cheek wink and a nod joke sort of thing.
Yeah.
But it does imply that it can happen post-regeneration, though.
True.
Yeah, so...
Look, if you want answers...
And like prolonged post-regeneration.
Yes, yeah, not just immediately, like a quick thing. Write to Stephen Moffat, guys. Find out. Look,
there's holes in it. Right?
But it's Doctor. There's always holes in it.
Of course there is, sure. Fucking, I don't know. She found a time fucking agent's vortex manipulator. Whatever. Who cares? You know, there's ways.
How many times on this show do we just
I'm sure Big Finish have had her team up with the 8th Doctor and Jackie Tyler, all right?
As a 5-year-old?
As a toddler. To go on a quick adventure and then they drop her off in Ledworth or whatever, you know?
She waits there.
Yeah, exactly.
Inconspicuously. Child Protection Services do nothing.
No. She doesn't need to wait because the Doctor's got a time machine.
So Amy knew Mel's, right? They've been best friends, and Rory.
If you're gonna ask me who's Mel's parents, I don't know. Okay. Well,
we know. Goes and lives under a bin or something.
It's Amy and Rory. We know that, but I don't know who was looking after her. Maybe she was at the local orphanage or whatever.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Rory's not looking after anyone. He's a little t-shirt. He's a little boy himself.
He's in his little boy shorts. He can't be doing anything.
My question was, right, is it like kind of like, is it I'm aiming for a dress size, right? Just a bit of river writing, or is it kind of a little bit like, it's a bit icky? I can't tell.
I don't love the line, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah.
It does. And then not long after that, she's like, I'm going to go weigh myself. I'm like, yeah, you know?
It feels very, we've never got to do a female regeneration before.
Yeah. What if a woman was a Time Lord?
Yeah. What if a looks obsessed woman was regenerating?
You know how women be.
Women be women.
Women, am I right?
Even the Doctor's having a pop as well later on.
It is, yeah. Look, when people say Stephen Moffat is a misogynist, for the most part, I don't agree. But then you can point like certain lines at me, and I'm like, he's not great. I'll give you that.
I think he writes interesting women, but the trouble is just there's some dated stuff in there. There's some dated stuff from a middle-aged man. And
I think he does get better over the course of his run on Doctor Who.
Yeah,
but yeah, some of this stuff here, it's not particularly great.
No, but at the very least, he's a showrunner providing interesting parts for women. Right, at the very least, yeah.
Indeed, yes. See that little clip of the Christmas special?
I haven't seen it yet, no.
Cheese and ham toasty and a pumpkin spice latte. Anyway.
I presume I'll get context for that soon.
Yes, so she regenerates into the river, we know. Hello, Benjamin. Amy, Rory, and the Doctor just look completely in shock. Rory says that's River's song, and then Melody/Mel/River pokes her head out back into the room saying, "Who's River's song?" So, yeah, she doesn't know her own name yet. They just say, like, spoilers. She's like, what's spoilers? You don't know what spoilers are?
Yeah, right. Moffat. Come on.
Sure.
I do like that she's kind of... Alex Kingston gets to have a little post-regeneration mania. It's a good scene for her. Yeah.
It is. It's good. It's good. I like it. And I like it. It's kind of like... It's the roles reversed for the Doctor and River as well. We've always seen this from the Doctor's point of view. Like, who are you? With him having the upper hand of knowing so much more. With her having the upper hand of knowing so much more about him. Yeah. But it's kind of the other way around.
He probably doesn't get to observe much because he's in his mind palace, which we'll see in a minute.
Yeah. Well. Yes. So we cut back to the little people inside the Nazi robot, and they say, that's her, all right, Melody Pond, the woman who kills the Doctor. So there we go. Official confirmation.
Yes.
There is. That is the good man that she killed.
Because it was so up in the air before.
It was. He was never once hinted at. And then
I
this...
do like they say that she says I'm gonna wear. I thought it was jumpers. I looked this up. It's not jumpers. She's not gonna wear lots of jumpers.
What are you saying?
So she when she's in a post regeneration mania, she's kind of doing the whole like new teeth kind of stuff, and she says she goes into the mirror and she goes, "Oh my god!" And then she says, "I'm gonna wear lots of jodhpurs."
Jodhpurs.
I didn't know what this was. Right.
Jodhpurs are like horse riding trousers.
Yeah. And I thought she said jumpers, and I was like, I don't really get that. So I looked it up, found out I was wrong. Anyway, I just like the implication and the hurdles that Moffat had to jump to compliment Alex Kingston's bum on the show.
Yeah. Han Solo wears jodhpurs.
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Has he got the cake for that? Is he filling them out?
Maybe.
We'll never know. Next time I'm playing Fortnite, I'll have a look at my skin of it.
Okay, great.
Make him do the twirl for me.
So then River pulls out a gun, and this is where we have the very Sherlock-esque sequence. So much so that it's exactly what I had described as a parody of Sherlock before. It's the whole, aha, I knew you were going to do that. Aha, well, I knew that you knew I was going to do that. Aha, well, I knew that you knew that I knew that I was going to do that. I've got a gun, but I've got the bullets, and I've got a banana. It's so fucking stupid. But it's funny, but it's stupid.
No, I don't even think it's that funny. I just think it's stupid.
I think it's funny in how stupid it is.
Yeah, I think
I'm laughing at it, not with it.
Yes.
Okay.
Is it an intentional parody, or did he just want to do a Sherlock thing?
I think he just wanted to do a Sherlock thing, really.
And he's like, this is how I get all my other characters out of tight spots.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just borrow that here.
Murray Gold might as well at that point have just gone dun 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 dun.
Amy should have had a voice of my Baker Street boys. And then the building behind them should have blown up, but also it doesn't blow up. That's a false memory.
It doesn't blow up, yeah. But I remember it blowing up. Okay.
I'm sure it blows up. It doesn't, but I'm sure it did.
But I remember it, and that's time travel or whatever the Doctor says.
Yeah.
Yes, it's very silly. Whatever. Let's move on.
I do quite enjoy, just in terms of characterization for River here, because it's Alex Kingston's doing a great job of being an early River, right?
She is, yeah. She's doing very good.
Herself.
Yes.
And I really enjoy the concept. I think it's obviously not a great thing to have happened to a person, and there's real life implications that, like, not for this specific thing, but other things in general. But I find it narratively quite interesting that River's initial infatuation with the Doctor was obsessive because she was conditioned to want to kill him. Like,
yes.
I find that's very interesting how that kind of morphs into an actual genuine affectionate love after that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's like I say, not icky, but like interesting to explore in a TV show.
Interesting. Yeah, so River says she was born to kill the Doctor. She gives him a little kiss on the lips and then looks out over Berlin on the eve of war, says it's her kind of place or whatever, warns Mum and Dad not to follow her. And then the Doctor's like, oh, no warning for me then. Ha ha ha. Very funny. And then she says, no, there's no need. The deed is done. Because it turns out she poisoned him with a kiss.
Yeah.
She says, it was never going to be a gun for you, Doctor. A man of peace who understands every kind of warfare, except perhaps the cruelest. And then, just in case you forgot, there is a very helpful reminder, a flashback scene of literally 30 fucking seconds ago where we see River kissing the Doctor once again. Thank you, editor. I forgot.
I really like it that the whole scene is just like, too late, Doctor. I already killed you with a kiss. Here's the kiss. Have a look at the kiss, everyone. Do
you remember the kiss? We just did it. Here it is again. Here's a kiss.
That feels very Sherlock to me. That feels like...
Yeah, that is quite Sherlock.
Yeah, like, I remembered when you were sweating, and then it cuts back to a sweat flashback from 5 seconds ago. Yeah, I do like that immediately after this we get some Matt Smith. He does some good I'm about to die acting, which is always fun. He's always
good at some flailing over acting.
Yeah.
His body starts to he's keeling over and stuff. He's not doing well. Anyway, River fucks off. The Doctor is dying, and he gives Amy and Rory the sonic screwdriver and sends them out after her while he heads back into the TARDIS. Not before he blames it all on women or whatever.
Horrendous line.
Pretty bad, yeah.
Like, just being like, all women are inconsistent and confusing. Oh, let it go, I'm dying. I'm allowed to be sexist. It's like, yeah, but you're not normally.
Yeah, pretty weird, but okay.
And also, we've seen you die loads of times. You don't always go on a weird sexist rant.
It was a bit weird, but yeah. I do like that he walks into the TARDIS, which is still like smoking up because it was shot, and then he just goes extractor fans on. He's like, oh fuck, that actually worked. Okay, cool. Bit of fun.
Me with my Amazon product.
Sure. River /Melody /Mel's is confronted by a group of Nazis, and she tells them she was on her way to this gay bar mitzvah for the disabled when she suddenly thought, gosh, the Third Reich's a bit rubbish. I think I'll kill the Führer. Incredible line. Yes, I did miss out a part of it because it's a slur, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, fair. It's fair enough to miss that part. It's still...
To be fair, in 2011, people didn't really care. I mean, people still don't really care today, but I don't want to say it. So
people being sensitive? No, not a chance. No one needs a clean recording of yet another slur on this episode of the podcast.
Not after Lawrence's faux
It wasn't meant like that. Oh God, I just realised that's very UK specific as well. Like
it is. Yeah.
Oh no. Then again, so is Doctor Who, so get off my case, everyone.
Okay.
So yeah, anyway, might be a contender for one of Doctor Who's most iconic lines of the era.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Which one goes harder, this one or the kind of similar one that what's his name? Glasses. Kingsman. Colin Farrell does in the Kingsman.
Oh,
just before Freebird.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, he's going home to his black husband who he has a child with out of wedlock or something. I would say maybe Satan.
That one goes harder, but only because it is followed up with a Freebird montage of him murdering.
I feel like the Freebird montage is doing most of the legwork.
I agree.
During this, it's not even a montage; it's just an uncut sequence of him just murdering everyone.
So that takes the cake only because River kind of half-asses it with the regeneration blast.
Well, no.
What does that do, by the way? Does that knock them out, or does that just give more life to Nazis?
No, I think she knocked them out, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she knocks them out, yeah, I think. There was also a funny bit in Confidential where, like, Karen was saying all the women were excited because there's a hot Nazi on set. And it's like the leader guy, like the captain or whatever.
Oh, right, yeah.
He was like the hot Nazi. And then classic Confidential, they do that thing where they play like romantic music over imagery of this hot Nazi.
Not like a noughties pop song montage.
No. It's good stuff. I like it.
Yeah.
Anyway, congratulations to that Nazi for being hot.
Yeah, nice job.
So they shoot her. Yeah, they shoot her.
Yeah.
But she's like, regeneration.
Not this time, boys, and I'm barking. I won't elaborate.
Are you barking this episode?
I'm barking most episodes River's in, yeah.
It's true. Most?
Spacesuit one.
You're not digging the vibe?
No, it's a bit too dress up for me.
Okay. All right, there we go. A peek into Lawrence's taste.
No, yeah, I'm barking. She blasts Nazis with regeneration energy, and then I like her the way she's like, new me, new body, I'm off to go shopping. Yeah. Women be shopping. That's what they do. Yeah, look, this is the thing. I don't know where I can distinguish between bad female writing or just this is what River Song does.
If you're a woman, let us know.
Yeah, please. We desperately need another perspective here.
We should have had Catherine on.
Catherine, come and save us.
Because that's Catherine's only role in this podcast, apparently.
Catherine, tell
us about women stuff. Oh, God.
I do just think sometimes we're desperately in need of an extra opinion.
Sometimes I feel it's that way too, yes. Well. So Rory knocks out another Nazi, which is very funny. He just like goes Heil, then the Nazi salutes, and then he just fucking clocks him again.
He's got a taste for it.
Yeah, he's going around Berlin punching all the Nazis he can find, and good for him, I say. So they steal the Nazis' motorbike, and then Amy asks if he can ride a motorbike, and he just says, "I expect so. Feels like that sort of day."
Yeah, it's great.
Before they ride off. That's a good line. I like that a lot.
It is a very, very good line. They're immediately followed by Robot Nazi, who is a different Nazi now.
Yes, so the Nazi that fucking hell. So the Nazi that Rory knocked out was actually the robot Nazi.
Yes, yeah.
He was in disguise, okay. But here's what I don't understand. The robot Nazi watches them ride off on the motorbike that the robot was just on, and then goes, "Ha! Well, I'll follow them on my motorbike," and then just grows a fucking motorbike. Okay, is that not what he did before?
No. There's a little line from the Star Trek Captain Kirk figure.
All right,
he goes, "Right, this time let's spawn with the motorbike." So I think he spawned the body, got onto a bike, and then there's just a million little Star Trek guys like, "How do we fucking ride a motorbike?"
I still think it's strange that it can just grow a motorbike, though. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, the shape shifting is one thing, because you see how that's done with the little tiles that transform, which looks quite good, by the way.
Yeah, it's not bad.
But the growing the motorbike is a whole different thing.
Does it grow
entirely.
different rooms in the Tesla?
This is the thing. Yeah. This is the thing. What's there? You know?
Yeah, it might. I don't know, because you could say it's like a little projection.
Where is that physical space? Where is that matter coming from? You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. Because once you see the transformation, it's like, oh, they're tiles. It's a shell that can transform. It can't just morph into shit. Like,
but then it does grow taller.
Yeah, but
But then maybe it could have like extendo legs or something.
Yeah, I think you could have like a compartments that are kind of segmented in it that can extend out. Yeah, and they take it up to like 7 foot before they go, "All right, this is ridiculous. We don't need this."
Yeah, you could say we're probably thinking too much about it, really. Which is probably the answer, really.
And now let's work out how much money the farmer will have lost from his crops.
You love that racist farmer.
It's in the thousands, Nathan. Multiple
you love that
thousands.
Racist farmer. You won't shut up about him.
You don't know he's racist. But I know that he lost money.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
So back in the TARDIS, the Doctor's not having a good time.
No.
He activates the voice interface, and a hologram of himself appears. To which he says, "No, give me someone I like." Now, we don't have time to unpack all of that here, okay? There's a lot in that, okay? And the show quickly moves on.
Yes.
The interface then changes into a very nice promotional image of Rose.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
You
don't have any archival footage of Billy Piper? None?
No. Just a nice promo photo shoot image. To which he says, "Thanks, give me guilt."
Yeah.
We then see Queen Martha show up again and again in a nice photographed promotional image.
Yeah.
To which he says, "Also guilt." And then we have Donna, to which he says, "More guilt." A bit of fun. Nice little, remember this?
Yeah. Reconcile with your mistakes, 10. We know you're still in there somewhere.
Yeah. See, 11 can recognize that he fucked up.
Yes.
10 could not. 10 would not. Okay.
I do like that. Then he says, "Give me someone I like," or what does he say? What's the last thing he says to summon Amelia?
He says there must be someone left in the universe that he hasn't screwed up.
Yeah.
And then after a second, the interface turns into a young Amelia.
The fully realized young Amelia as well. Like just
no, it is slightly she is slightly see-through at first.
No, but it's still it's footage of her moving and interacting.
Right, it's not a promotional image. Well, yeah, because this one's actually talking. You know, this one's Kaylin Blackwood. Okay.
If you want me to activate talking Freema, you'll have to. You didn't sign the setting for that, all right?
It's true. Okay, we didn't pay Freema anything. Okay, so she can't talk. We just got to use this promotional image of her.
Yeah, that we own, and we can.
Which
use
also
as many
implies. Which also implies that at some point, I mean, does it imply that? Because I guess not. But I just like the idea that at some point, Martha, Donna, and Rose would have had to go on a photo shoot at some point.
What do you mean? What, just in general? Or?
Because those images exist. The TARDIS has those images. It doesn't. It doesn't. I realise that it doesn't imply that because the TARDIS can just make that image. You know.
Yeah.
The TARDIS has obviously just scanned them, and like I can make them do this. But then even so, that's weird. It's scanning them in these weird cunty poses. You know. Like Martha is serving.
The doctor goes upstairs one time and is like, Martha, can you put on your flares again? The TARDIS wants a recognisable, iconic look. Just needs a quick reference for that.
The TARDIS was like, Martha was always serving, so obviously she will be serving in this interface.
Rose, get your purple jacket out, and Donna, get your weird kind of high-waisted belt.
Get your coat, which the 15th Doctor stole.
Oh, yeah. Never thought about that.
Yeah.
Well, she won't remember she had it, so there's that.
Well, she will.
Well, now,
spoilers.
Spoilers.
Anyway,
he'll be dead in 32 minutes, Nathan.
Yeah, so we learn that the Doctor's system has been contaminated by the poison of the Judas tree, aptly named.
Yep.
He will be dead in 32 minutes. Regeneration has been disabled.
Yep.
He will be dead in 32 minutes. There is no cure. He will be dead in 32 minutes.
So I know regeneration is disabled, right?
Yes.
There's not an episode-specific reason for that. It's not like a poison thing, or is it just they didn't have time to address the regeneration thing?
No, I think it's the poison. I think the poison has specifically disabled it.
Right.
That's what I take from it anyway. That's what I gather.
Okay.
What?
That's so fucking bullshit.
Sure
There's already an in-universe reason as to why he wouldn't be able to regenerate again.
Why? Well, yeah, but they don't know that at this point. Well, they did, but they hadn't been. Look, well, that's a whole other fucking box of fish we're gonna have to unravel. Okay, I'm not getting into that now. Okay,
I just think
if that's gonna be a long discussion. Okay, I cannot get into that right now. Okay?
I just think there are many enemies that should
because we haven't met a certain character who would appear. We haven't met a certain character yet.
Oh yes. Okay. Oh, I'm with you now. Yeah. Of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
But even so, there's a whole lot to unpack within that, okay? Messy stuff.
Well, it's a good thing we can spend a lot of time unpacking that, Nathan. Little sizzle for everyone.
I don't know what that means.
Are
we moving?
No, with when it comes to cut this. When it comes to the...
Oh, I see. I see.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
We'll have a lot of time to discuss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not really. Well, I guess we will. Yeah.
It's sizzle.
We'll have... Okay. We're doing bonus episodes for the 50th.
For fuck's sake.
We're doing 3 bonus... No, we're doing 2 bonus episodes, 3 in total that week. Get excited.
One regular episode.
1 regular episode and 2 bonus episodes that week.
Did we just say it now?
No.
You kind of just did.
No. I said what I already said it in the Discord server. But
okay.
Yeah, I'm not saying what they are though.
Right, I see. Okay.
Yeah. So
one of them's that episode of Misfits we were talking about.
It's not. Anyway,
the Doctor wants to be spurred on.
Yes, he kind of like keels over and says he needs something for the pain. Well, actually, just before that, I do like the kind of back and forth he has with young Amelia about being Scottish. Yeah. He's like, oh, you're so Scottish. You're skipping over the whole 31 minutes where I'm absolutely fine, okay? Nothing bad's going to happen to me. That's all a good bit of fun. But yeah, he falls forwards. He's like yelling in pain. He says he needs something to dull the pain. And I love how he looks up at the hologram and just says, Amelia, it's me. The interface says, I'm not Amelia Pond, I'm a voice interface, and that kind of like happens quite a few times. There's a bit of repetition with that sort of stuff. But then as the Doctor slowly passes out, softly repeating please over and over again, we hear Amelia say fish fingers and custard, which in itself is beautiful. What I really like about it, though, is they took the robot voice filter off her. Yeah, and it was just Caitlin Blackwood. It wasn't the like the robotic voice. It was just Caitlin Blackwood's voice saying fish fingers and custard, just for that one line, just adding a bit of humanity to it, which is it's beautiful. It's a really sweet moment.
It is. It's the TARDIS's last ditch effort, right?
Yeah,
like it's I don't know. Yeah, like it is a beautifully sweet moment, and I do like that just humanizes it, and it certainly kicks him into gear.
It does. With a laugh, he pulls himself up onto his feet. repeatedly saying fish fingers and custard before he dramatically pulls down the TARDIS lever and flies off somewhere. Very good. This is probably the perfect scene to show someone out of context. And just who is this man screaming fish fingers and custard as he pulls himself up and then just pulls on the lever, and just the dramatic way he just yells fish fingers and then just a dramatic pause, custard.
Is that on, on Twitter, shows get their out of context bot pages?
I have. I don't know if it is appeared on that, but I remember seeing something similar, akin to that, on Tumblr many years ago.
Okay. There should be a Doctor Who one.
I mean, there might be. Yeah.
If not, we're gonna do.
How long until there's still got legs out of context?
Oh no, no, because for this episode specifically, no.
Oh yeah, cancelled.
That quite literally needs its context.
Cancelled.
Anyway. River walks into a fancy Nazi dinner, dual wielding it with 2 machine guns. I don't know about you, but I'm full on barking. She walks in, dual wielding 2 machine guns, and goes, "Take off your clothes."
And then Lawrence takes off his clothes.
No, Lawrence pauses the TV.
Lawrence undresses. Lawrence's wife says, "What are you doing?" As you're just taking off your trousers. She told me.
Don't look. I'm not proud of this.
Don't look at me.
You must be barking here. Come on.
I mean, it's pretty good. It's pretty good stuff.
No, you're being conservative on me. You were barking. You were barking, and we all know it.
I think you're barking too. You're barking for the both of us.
Okay.
So Rory and Amy pull up outside on the motorbike, and then they see like a whole bunch of people running out screaming in just their underwear. And like, oh, she's probably in there, I reckon. That's probably it.
Yeah.
I like Rory making fun of Amy's accent.
So out of left field as well.
Yeah, Amy tells him to look for clues to find River, and he goes, "Clues? What sort of clues?" Which is good fun.
It's so out of left field, like for no reason.
But it's good fun. I love a bit of bickering between a husband and wife.
I do too. We'll get to it in a second, especially when they kind of end up in the Tesselector. But like, their writing is it's switched to very more married couple, which I quite enjoy. Yeah. I think it's a good and it's not like you would be pressed to believe it might be against women, given this episode has got a lot of things to say. But I quite like that they're on even playing field. It's just a lot of them two bickering back and forth, which is quite fun.
Yeah, definitely. I will say, speaking of married couples,
no.
It's a very. This is unrelated. I know you probably know what it's about.
Yeah, I do.
But last night I called you so we could play some video games together. We could play Fortnite and Red Dead. and it was just the sweetest thing because your dog's not that well at the moment.
No,
poor little Rosie is feeling quite poorly. And the vet has told you that she can't really handle the stairs at the moment. So what you did, and I just stumbled upon this when I called you last night. But you, I don't know why I'm telling it like you don't know, but this is obviously for the listeners.
Yeah.
You and your wife took your mattress off your bed downstairs, put it in the living room, and then set up a little sleepover with your dog. So then you had s'mores and got in your pajamas. She was like, "This is so cute," and your dog has no context for this.
No, but she doesn't like it when she's on her own. My dog, not my wife. She doesn't. She can't do the stairs, and we don't want to just be upstairs and leave her alone. So yeah, it's nice.
She's also never been left on her own, has she? Though, because you work from home.
So. She's very there's never really an instance where she's alone for more than 3 or 4 hours. Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. Anyway, shout out Rosie.
Yeah. Shout out my lovely wife.
Your lovely wife, who you won't name.
No.
You refuse.
No.
Because you're sexist.
No, God.
Yeah. Pretty sure we said a name on this podcast.
Yeah, but just level of privacy is nice, isn't it? When it's not me as well. River's trying on some stuff. She said it's fun from all angles. I agree.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. And this is where she says the line I was alluding to earlier, where she says, "I might take the age down a little, just gradually, to freak people out," which is a bit of fun. It's a bit of a wink and a nod because obviously Alex Kingston's gotten older since she first played River.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a bit of fun.
I wouldn't say it's like they banked it, but I wouldn't feel like it's a necessary line. Like she's not like,
no, I wouldn't
who's this
either.
old crone?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's even noticeable, really.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
No. Maybe if you like compared them side by side, but like
we see River so infrequently, and Alex Kingston looks incredible. Like
she does. She looks amazing.
Yeah.
She should come back to Doctor Who.
Oh, she so should. That'd be so. I'd love to see River in 15. What does that dynamic look like?
Yeah.
Because of how unrestricted 15 is with his flirting, more so than others.
Yeah, that's true. That would be quite the power couple.
Is it hot in here?
It is. So also earlier, Nazi robot pulled up disguised as Amy. Besides Amy,
yes, yes,
yeah, and now Amy and Rory are inside the Nazi robot.
Yeah, I want to talk to you about the Tesselector's security system, the antivirus.
All right, sure,
and also the protocol for when the robot miniaturize Ray's people.
Yeah, sure.
And the go-to protocol seems to be, right, we've just captured these two people, seemingly innocent, nothing wrong with them. I guess we better send someone down to sprint up to the fucking eyeball quickly before they get murdered because we put no security in place.
Lawrence, I'd talk about this now, but I think I might talk about it later.
Okay. God, we're getting too predictable, aren't we? 2 for 2. Do they get saved here, or is it a cutaway that they get saved by the guy who's like, here's a wristband or whatever?
By the woman? Yeah, I don't know. I don't care, to be honest.
No.
They get saved at some point.
Yeah.
We then see Anne Amy walk into the room where River is. We are logically left to assume it's Robot Amy.
Yes.
Robot Nazi Amy. What was I saying?
It's not plastic pizza Mickey, but River should have noticed. Amy is making robot sound effects and being like, I am a monotone version of Amy.
Yes. The robot is quite rigid and
which is something else we'll come back to.
Which it definitely is something we'll come back to in a big way.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to talk about it now, but
had some upgrades, did we?
A little software update, was they somewhere along the way?
The patch of the century, that is.
I know. Anyway, where am I? All this fucking podcast is me looking for my notes.
The Doctor's arriving. He arrives.
Yes. But there's something before that.
Okay.
So Robot Amy tells River she killed the Doctor, and then she shines her weird robot light on her, which does something. I don't know what it does. But she's interrupted by the man himself, who seemed to land in silent mode again. So good for him, I guess. But he interrupts him saying, "Did you say she killed the Doctor?" And then we cut to him. We see him leaning against the TARDIS, dressed up in his wedding suit, his kind of top hat and tails look. Once again, his tuxedo. He's got the cane, and then he says, "Doctor Who?" And I cheered. I stood up and I screamed and I said, "Yes, this is what we've been waiting for." The one from the man himself.
Yeah,
okay.
It's a rare one, but it happens every now and again, and it was a good one.
Beautiful. I love it. I love it.
It was a great delivery, and I really, really like River kind of goes back at him and says, like, you're dying, but you had time to change your clothes. And, and I just think what comes next is really good Doctor writing. He says something to the effect of, "Time is not the boss of you. Always waste time when you don't have any." And I just think, like, that's, I don't know.
You almost got that perfectly right. It was flipped around, but
okay. Well, there we go.
You should always waste time when you don't have any. Time is not the boss of you. Rule 408.
Well, who's to say which sounds better? Maybe I should be paid the big bucks of Stephen Moffat.
Well, you're not, so
I'd be less sexist.
You also missed out rule 4. More homophobic.
No!
You also missed out rule 408, so...
Okay, we made notes.
He's giving her the rules.
The rules. Anyway,
Yes.
specific niche line delivery there. I just like that. I think it's a nice sentiment. Moffat always pulls out these kind of time specific lines, oft ignored by the RTD era. But like, I don't know, it's just a nice. It's something. It's a concept on time you don't think of all that often. And you watch the show and you go, oh yeah, his mind would work like that, wouldn't it?
Yeah, 100%. He's got a cane.
Yeah,
it's not just an ordinary cane.
No, it's not.
It's a sonic cane.
So what's happening here then? Because I know the TARDIS can just shit him out like it's nothing.
Yeah, it can. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
but maybe he already had this. Who knows?
Oh, it was upstairs, just in the wardrobe.
Yeah.
Do you reckon it's the same wardrobe? They haven't redecorated that part of it.
It still looks like the Coral TARDIS wardrobe
with a little hanger.
Yeah.
No, I like it. I like that in this scene he's kind of. He slips over? He said he has a left leg power nap or something.
That's a little bit after, but yeah.
Damn.
Yeah,
okay.
Does. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, so the cane is actually a sonic cane, which he uses to scan Amy, finds out she's a robot,
nice.
And that Amy and Rory are inside. They're fine, whatever, they'll be fine. Yes, there is some great Matt Smith flailing about acting as one of his legs goes to sleep and then he like has a sit down and stuff. He's very good. He's a very, very physical actor. He's really good at all that kind of stuff.
I tell you what, I think what he'd be really good at is if he played a character that apparently I have to be careful here because I haven't seen.
Just played Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah, I think what they should do is cast him as a character that's quite energetic and charismatic, and then have him sit somewhere for 7 episodes and do not much.
I reckon what they should do is they should cast him in this kind of like epic sort of fantasy-esque show, and then where there's always drama and action going on, because he'd be kind of really good at like flailing about and maybe like maybe he like rides a dragon, he can like flail about and interact with the dragon and that kind of thing. But then you say no, what if instead we just had him kind of just rummage about through a haunted castle for 7 episodes instead,
and he just talks to some musty old
and he just talks to ghosts or whatever. He just talks to ghosts from his past.
I haven't even seen
wife.
all of this. I've just seen people complaining about it.
It's quite funny. Still a good show, though. Anyway.
Is this the ethical conundrum bit?
What are you on about?
The bit where the Doctor reckons that the Tesselector's job is essentially just to punish dead people.
So, yeah, kind of. So the Doctor talks to the robot, and we learn that they're basically a team who use time travel to punish the greatest criminals in history, extracting them from their time some point before their death. It's not quite made clear when. It's just said like in their final sometime before their end or whatever.
Yeah.
And
so
essentially
not stopping them is the crucial part.
Not stopping them, no, just letting them carry on doing everything and then just torturing them before they die, essentially.
And look, heart's in the right place.
Yeah?
But also no.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions that would arise.
Is the question.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Seems like mostly self-serving, really.
I like that there's this air of it that feels very like like I can't think of the right word for it, but when a lot of people are like, they claim like I do the right thing, which is making them pay, when actually the right thing is helping the victims that suffered.
Yeah.
I can't think of what the word for that is, but I do like how pissed off the Doctor gets about it, though. He's just like, you fucking time wasters, this is nothing. And they say like time travel is a responsibility to do the right thing and right a few wrongs or something.
Yeah, but they're not even doing that though.
No, they're not righting any wrongs.
They're not stopping anything. They're not preventing any tragedies from happening. They're just taking the people who did do those tragedies and like fucking pinching them for a little bit, essentially. That's all they're doing. Anyway, Amy is able to access the Doctor's personal records for him. And then here's where we get a bit of some lore drops.
Yes.
So we find out the Silence, it's the Silence who want him dead, that the Silence is not a species, but in fact a religious order whose core belief is that silence will fall when the question is asked.
Do you think
the Doctor asks what question that is?
Yeah.
Robot Amy responds with the first question, the oldest question in the universe, hidden in plain sight. The Doctor asks again, yes, but what is the question? And then after a moment, the robot Amy says, unknown.
It's a really good build-up and then a drop, kind of. It's just nicely presented. And then we get Matt Smith's just the hardest line. Fat lot of good you are then, you big ginge.
It's great, yeah.
The delivery's up there, but like the Doctor's on one this week.
Yeah.
Keep in mind
keep in mind that all of this is happening while he's literally moments away from death as well.
Yeah. I do like the lore we get there. And it kind of brings a little question to me, right? So the Silence isn't a species, but a religion.
Yes.
But obviously the only kind of people inducted into this religion we've seen have been the big head suit boys. That we previously knew as just the Silence. Now my question is, like, if I were to like pledge an oath, would they take me seriously as part of the religion? Like if I swore allegiance to it?
Why wouldn't they?
Well, but like I'd look out of place, wouldn't I? And I wouldn't be very effective. They've all got their
we'll see more members of the Silence that are more human.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. It's just that so far, yes, we have only seen... And Madame Kavarian is a member of the Silence as well.
Oh, yeah, that's true, yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, fair enough then. Maybe they... Okay, me being prejudiced. Maybe they wouldn't just let me in.
You're an idiot.
Good on them. Inclusive.
The Doctor...
still in babies and all that, but, still inclusive.
Sure. The Doctor keels over in pain and the robot starts to torture River. The Doctor calls out to Amy and Rory inside the robot, tells them to stop the little people, the little Star Trek guys, so they can deactivate... so they deactivate the privileges wristband, and then the little jellyfish start to come everyone, and then whatever.
Succinctly summed up there. Nice.
This is all just a bit messy and boring.
Yeah,
but whatever.
It's all quick write us out of a hole kind of thing.
Yes, I don't really care about it, to be honest. Yeah. River tells...
Someone sat there listening to an hour and a half of this podcast waiting to get to their favourite scene.
That's no one's favourite scene, okay? So the Doctor begs River to help, saying they need to save her parents because the robot has now stopped torturing River. He tells her not to run, knowing that she's scared, but you should never run when you're scared, and that's rule number 7.
Nice. So it's an important rule.
It is an important one. This is very Star Trek. All the people inside the robot are beamed aboard the mothership.
Thank you,
They
Scotty.
literally say, I think they literally say beam us up or something. Beam me up, maybe.
And it cuts to Zachary Quinto up there waiting to receive them.
Sure.
Or Leonard Nimoy, is that it?
Leonard who? Leonard who?
Not Nimroid, Nimoy?
Nimoy.
Oh, no, okay. I don't know him. I'm not a nerd for that, all right?
Oh, no, not just like he's an incredibly famous person.
Name another character he's played.
I can't. It's literally on his
Thank you.
Still,
fucking on your high horse. Get down.
He's still incredibly famous. He's been in The Simpsons.
Playing himself.
Yes, that's how you know you've made it.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that is a fair, accurate. Like you can scale it. You can scale your fame based on how many cartoons you've cameoed on.
Yeah, have you been in The Simpsons playing yourself?
I haven't. I have been on Family Guy playing myself.
Doesn't count. Not as good.
What about American Dad? That's one of them, isn't it?
Better than Family Guy, but not as good.
Is it? I don't know anything about these shows.
It's quite fun. Yeah, I quite like American Dad.
Is one of them worth watching? I need a show to put on in the background for like 100 years.
Got American Dad. American Dad. To be honest, American Dad and Family Guy are both fine to just put on and like watch in the background. Yeah. You're not gonna get like the world's most amazing TV, but occasionally now and then you'll get a.
I'll exhale out of my nose, laugh.
Yeah, you'll breathe a little louder out your nose.
Okay. What about The Simpsons? Is that worth starting from all the way from season 1?
Don't start it from season 1. Start it from season 2. Okay.
Oh, is season 1 bad?
No, it's just very old and like almost unwatchable, really.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, season 1 is quite rough. Watch it from season 2 up until like season 10 and then just stop.
Oh, okay. Bad after that then.
Not bad, just not as good.
I saw one of your favourite jokes, the 4 Crusties thing earlier. I saw that come up.
It's good, isn't it?
It was good.
I'm seeing double. 4 Crusties.
It's just such a stupid little gag.
No, it's great. One of my favourites is, have you seen the Planet of the Apes musical in The Simpsons?
Oh, is it that I can sing?
Yeah.
I needed a clip of that.
He can talk. I can sing. And then he goes on to go, because there's a musical of Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
One of the songs is, I hate every ape I see, from chimpanzee to chimpanzee.
That's great.
That's good.
That is good. That's actual talent right there. That's good gags.
Yeah.
Isn't Conan one of the writers, or was one of the writers back when?
Yeah, he produced it, man. Yeah,
Wow,
Conan
okay.
was like really heavily involved with it.
And is there? I'll stop picking your brain for Simpsons lore in a minute. Is there something where like the creator Matt something is like his signature is Homer's hair or something?
Yes, it's the because Homer's got the spiky hair here.
Yeah,
it's like an M, and then part of his ear makes the G, which is
there we are.
His initials.
Simpsons trivia.
Simpsons trivia.
You don't ever think you know what you're gonna get in the in like the 90th minute of this podcast.
We keep it fresh. We keep you on your toes here.
So yeah, I like this. The Doctor is begging River to help essentially, and she's kind of coming around on it, but she is scared. There's in her. I like that Alex Kingston plays this very well, where like you can tell there's a good person under a lot of bravado.
Yes. So the Doctor, moments, possibly seconds away from death, he's dragging himself towards the TARDIS to try and help Amy and Rory, who got themselves into that situation, by the way.
Yeah.
But whatever. While River watches and why are you bothering to do this, man? They're dead or whatever. Not really caring or whatever. Yeah, he asked for River by her name to help him, and she's like, "Again, who is this River?" We haven't mentioned it, but that's been kind of a bit of a running theme. Yeah. He's mentioned River a few points.
As someone River, that he River. Holds a lot of affection for. Yeah.
Yes. And then we cut back to Amy and Rory, who are kind of backed into a corner, or the eye, I guess, with all these robot jellyfish chasing them. They take a second to say "I love you" to each other and kind of just accept death, which is odd but sweet, I guess.
Yeah. As if we're going out from these fucking jellyfish tennis ball cunts.
Yeah. Yeah. Which again, we caused this. Okay.
Can't she just sonic their wristbands?
No, because of reasons, Lawrence.
Oh, I forgot reasons. Yeah.
There's reasons. Okay. But luckily they don't have to die, because the TARDIS starts to materialize around them.
Yeah.
They find themselves in the console room. And they're like, "Oh, Doctor, you saved us."
Not since Sally Sparrow.
Why? I don't know.
He doesn't know everything, boys.
I don't know. Off the top of my head, I don't know. Maybe.
I know that Sally Sparrow, it happened.
My gut instinct is to say no to that. I'm sure it would have happened since, but
I feel like
I don't know.
I was gonna say I feel like it might happen in Love and Monsters at some point, but that's
Love and Monsters is way before Link.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, but I don't know.
When he's like, "Let's get Jackie Tyler a small pizza we can share."
Sure. Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about. But yes, it's not the Doctor flying the TARDIS.
No.
It's River, who explains that the TARDIS taught her how to fly. Lawrence, do you remember back during season 5 when we saw River fly the TARDIS, and she mentioned that someone taught her, and that the Doctor was busy that day?
Oh, yes.
You had the bold prediction that it was a future version of the Doctor.
I did, didn't I?
You were wrong.
I was, wasn't I?
You were wrong.
All right, fair enough.
Question answered. Law answered.
Did you set a reminder for that one, did you?
I did. Lawrence is wrong. I've been waiting for that one.
Well, I'm glad. I'm glad you took the opportunity. Kind of no one teaches her. The TARDIS teaches her, I guess.
No, yeah, the TARDIS teaches her, yeah, because she's a child of the TARDIS, she says, and the TARDIS kind of just imbued her with that wisdom, really.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. So they go back to the Doctor, who's still dying, by the way. They just left him there. He tells River to find River Song. Bit weird, but River doesn't know she's River yet.
Yeah.
So he tells River to find River Song and tell her something from me. And then he whispers in her ear. We don't hear what he says, but it's implied it'll be something like "I love you" or something like that. really.
Yeah, something, and she never reveals it. So
no, because she also like comes back up saying, "Well, I'm sure she already knows that."
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
But we don't specifically. It seems like that.
Anyway,
the Doctor
thing,
dies,
isn't it? Whispering in each other's ear.
Yeah, they love whispering in each other's ear. Yeah.
And the Doctor's like, "You told me my name, Terry."
Yeah, it's Terry Doctor Who.
Terry Doctor Who.
Yeah. Anyway, then he dies.
Yeah.
So sad.
I can't believe this is the end of Doctor Who, but it's been a good podcast and a good run.
It has been a good run. I think he actually died here.
I did too. Yeah, fully.
Yeah. I think he's dead. I think he fully dies for at least a moment or so. Anyway, River asks who River is, and then Amy gets the robot Nazi to show her visual records of River's song, so it transforms into her.
Amy knows she's on a TV show here. This is all a bit
she
much.
does. She's like, this will be a bit. I could just say it to you.
Yeah,
but
take a lot less time given my friends.
We need a visual. We need a visual cue for it. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, River, overcome with emotion, makes her way towards the Doctor. Her hands start glowing with regeneration energy, and she essentially breathes life into him once again, which is quite a nice moment. I love the moment like he wakes up and he's like, River, and then she says, "Hello, sweetie," the first "Hello, sweetie."
Yeah, it's nice.
And then she gives him a little kiss. And here's what I like about this, Lawrence. With a kiss, she passes along all her regeneration energy into him.
Yeah.
We find out later that she uses all her regenerations in one go. Okay. There was a woman who was born and raised to kill the Doctor. She was programmed and wired with all that hatred in her brain, but because the Doctor was able to show her kindness and compassion, even after she essentially killed him, she chose to breathe life into him instead. And do you know what that is?
No.
It's Doctor Who magic.
Okay, very good. It's been a while since we dusted Doctor Who magic.
It is. But I watched this and I was like, "Fuck, I love this." Yes, and then this is what clinched the banger moment for me. This is why I was like, you know what? Yeah, it's earned it. It deserves it. Certified banger.
All right.
They got me.
That's your very kind of nuanced and thoughtful note about it. And I didn't even write mine down, but the thing that went through my head was like, don't kiss him again. You haven't changed your lipstick. Like, you can fuck this so much worse. And now you've got no regeneration energy to give him.
Here's something. When did she put that lipstick on?
Yeah.
She regenerated.
Yeah, that's true. But it doesn't do clothes, does it? Maybe it doesn't do superficial layers.
No.
Yeah, fair enough.
But she did disappear for a moment, so I would assume she put it on.
It happened in all the Sherlocking. It was just one we didn't see. There should have been a flashback back to it.
She did say, "I'm going to go off and weigh myself," so maybe she did do it then.
Yeah, I mean that's the perfect time. She was off screen.
Yeah,
in a mirror.
Apply her killer lippy.
Applying the
anyway.
Loves fucking combat via lipstick. This one.
Who, Moffat?
No. River, hallucinogenic lipstick, poison lipstick.
Oh yeah, it's her thing. She loves it.
She loves kissing.
She'll kill you with a kiss. Yeah.
And I love her.
Yeah. Rule 1: the Doctor lies. Anyway. The Doctor gives.
I feel like that was meant to be more dramatic than it was. Like.
Not really. No.
Was it not like it's supposed to be a big moment?
Not really. It's only really appeared once before this. Okay. So.
All right. Fair enough.
It's not a huge thing, really. He gives her the diary. We kind of see like a fresh new diary.
Yeah, I like that. It's nice.
Yeah, that's quite nice.
The long evaded prop that was never at Lorimer's.
Sure, whatever. So they leave her at the hospital to recover. They have to let her make her own way for now. Because they have too much foreknowledge, they say. The Doctor says dangerous thing, foreknowledge, whilst looking at a screen detailing his death on Lake Silencio. So,
yeah.
Which he also then hides from Amy and Rory as well.
And the TARDIS adds a nice animation to it too.
Yeah. The hiding animation.
It does the whirl. It goes, woo.
Yeah.
So something we didn't really talk about just before we get into the... Well, there's another scene first, but we'll get into Weirdos after. But it kind of... It feels a little bit like Amy just has to eat shit and like it here in this episode.
The biggest issue with this episode is kind of... And this was like a little bit alluded to last week, is like it's like... Amy has gone through a lot. Like a lot of trauma and a lot of fucking horrible things because she was pregnant and didn't know it, and then she suddenly gave birth to a baby, formed a very quick, as you naturally would, form an emotional attachment to that baby, and then had that baby ripped away from her.
Yeah.
Like, almost immediately. Okay? And then she just has to accept the fact that she never gets to raise her daughter.
Yeah.
That she never gets to actually be her mother to her daughter. And this episode is like, yeah, sorry. You know?
Yeah.
It's like there's no real resolution to it. It's just sort of, yeah, you don't get to do that. But in a way you do.
Yeah, that's the thing I take umbrage with, because like I never really clocked this until today as well, but like in watching this, like they make a special point of Amy being like the mature one in the friendship. Like why don't you just not misbehave all the time? Why do you keep getting in trouble and all of this? And I'm like, I get it, and I get the kind of half-handed, this is the best we can do for the box that we've written ourselves into, but it's a bit yucky. And then I don't like that, because the show has to tidy it up a little bit, the Doctor's just like, well, you know, we know too much, so
yeah, it is just like, yeah, it is just like very quickly at the end, the Doctor's just like, yeah, that's that, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, you can't ever have a, all right,
yeah,
cool, man.
And I don't, after this point, I may be very wrong, I don't remember an awful lot of this team and River. I may be extremely wrong.
You are wrong.
Okay,
yeah.
all right, good.
I mean, not a huge amount, but you're wrong.
Enough to make up for this?
At least 2 episodes.
Okay, all right, fine, cool.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, like you say, they leave River at the hospital. Was it Sisters of the Schism?
Sisters of the Schism. Yeah, I was like,
sick.
Okay, sure.
I want to know what are they cats as well? Like, I want to know what their vibe.
I don't know. We saw one. There wasn't a cat.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough.
Yeah. But maybe some others are cats.
Yeah. Mixed signals,
anyway,
the Doctor says.
What?
The Doctor says mixed signals. On my first date, she killed me and then brought me back to life. Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, we basically end with River starting to study archaeology at like the University of Mars or whatever bullshit that is.
Well, I liked very much. I couldn't work out if the date was the same, but I think it was for around about the same kind of time period as the Silence in the Library and the Forest of the Dead. But I kind of like that.
Well, that's years away, because that's like her final. That's when she died.
Is Forest of the Dead not set in like 51 something?
It's the 51st century. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
all right. Well, that's a long time, I guess.
But that's 100 years.
I do like the vibe, sort of like maybe it's not as much of a visual nod as I thought, but I at least kind of thought it in my head. The vibes do kind of change. It feels like those kind of purpley, brownish colours from Forest of the Dead. That university. It felt very season 4.
Oh, okay.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know though. I don't think so necessarily. Maybe I'm wrong.
That's the nicest way of saying no. Yeah, I agree, but
maybe
not. Yeah.
Yeah, probably not. Like really, but you know,
when we really think about it, yeah.
Yeah, but good for you. Anyway, Lawrence, I reckon it's time for
Weirdo of the Week. Weirdo.
This is everyone's favourite section of the show, where we get to take a chance to look back and reflect on some of the weird and wonderful and grubby little characters who come across our feed each and every week. Lawrence, whatever, fucking hell. Lawrence, I would love to bloody know who your weirdo is for this week.
Well, hang on a minute. Is this everyone's favourite section of the show?
Yes.
Well, in that case, I'm glad we got it sorted.
I've said that 82 times, okay? And this is the first time you ever questioned me on it.
Well, I wanted to give everyone a bit of time to consider other segments of the show. Like, for example, the show.
Lawrence, that's the joke. Okay.
I'm just seeing how everyone's feeling. I'm checking in. What's the point in growth if not listening to feedback, Nathan?
Okay. My God.
My weirdo this week is the robot Nazi. Sorry, it's not the robot Nazi. It's the Tesselector guy, the kind of advisor Tesselector guy, not Captain Kirk.
The Spock.
Yeah, the Spock. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
And because he says, like we pointed out in the episode, he makes the point of saying, "Hang on a minute, it's only 1938.
Yeah.
Hitler's a chill guy right now. Hitler's a normal, nice dude. We can't kill him yet. That's not fair."
Well, he's got all of World War II to do, which I think is what they're really saying.
Yeah, but it's very much like I think we kind of referenced this a bit later on in the episode as well. But like I just find it a weird thing to be like, we can't kill him yet. Let him do World War II and all the Holocaust and stuff let him have his bit of doing that, right?
And then we'll get him.
And then we'll get him after that. Yeah, when the damage is done.
Yeah. My weirdo is also the Tesselector. Okay. The robot.
The robot itself.
Well, the whole organization. Okay. The whole thing, because
the Justice Department.
Honestly, in my notes, I've just put the robot for various reasons.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
So, first of all, the fact that they got the date wrong, okay, I think is excusable if you're there for 5 minutes, okay?
Yeah.
That Nazi, that had time to fucking scan its surroundings, deem itself to turn into a janitor, hide, wait for that fucking Nazi to come past, transform into him, then go all the way up to Hitler's office, and only once they started to torture Hitler did they then realize it was 1938, okay?
And they fucked it at that point. What are they going to do?
Fuck, exactly. You've already fucked it up, mate. Now Hitler knows there's a fucking robot Nazi after him, okay? What are you going to do?
I'm just now realizing that this is just this Tesselector is just playing a level of Hitman, isn't it?
It is. It is. Yeah. Well done, 47.
You've transformed into this Nazi, and it's allowed you access to the room.
And then then they make a point of like saying, no, it's 1938. We can't kill Hitler. He's got to do World War II. Okay, we are specific in the fact that we extract these people moments before their death or whatever.
Yeah.
So we can do this properly. And then they're like, "Oh, River Song, she hasn't killed the Doctor yet. Anyway, let's just fucking torture her now." You know,
they see a big fish and they go for the kill.
They do. They're like, "Oh, it doesn't matter if she hasn't done it yet." But although to be fair, I do think they get confused because of the fact that she's poisoned the Doctor here, though. So
yeah,
I do think that does explain some of that. But still, all right, I'm still having it. So shut up.
I mean, it's still a bullshit organization of masochists and horrible people. So
and look, we're going to talk about some software upgrades that'll be coming pretty soon as well. Yeah. But
Tesselector got a lot to answer for.
There's a lot of upgrades that happened.
Yeah.
And also, those are to be discussed.
We can't talk about it necessarily here, but I would just like it on record as early as this, as saying this episode is a mess, and I know why, and it's because this thing had to fucking be here.
Yes, of course it did. Yeah.
Fucking stupid Tesselector. Although I'd like to be in one.
Yeah, it'd be pretty fun.
It's like Inside Out, isn't it? You're just a bunch of emotions banging buttons.
I haven't seen Inside Out 2 yet. I hear it's good, though.
I hear it's good, too. I would quite like to see it, but I haven't quite ventured out to see it.
There we go.
Too many things in the cinema, and I have too many sick dogs to leave the house.
And you're too busy watching Deadpool 2. Deadpool and Wolverine.
I haven't seen it, but I know everything about it because of my fucking job.
I haven't seen it.
Day one.
And I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, that is crazy that you've avoided it for that long.
Yeah, and I will. I'm not going to see it until October. So
I'm going to wait until X-Mania 1 week before and then tell you everything.
Why would you do that?
A bit of fun.
Okay.
No, I won't.
Great. Anyway, Lawrence, what's next?
It is the time of the show where the audience get to have their say. What happens is Nathan will tweet out a post, let everyone know what episode we are recording and when. And then our lovely loyal listeners get to send in their thoughts and we get to read some of them. So, starting with emails, starting with tweets. What's the vibe?
Starting with emails. Ooh. Thank you. I got quite a lot this week, which is very nice, but it makes my job a lot harder because now I have to pick which
I've got to read them now.
No, it's not that. It's like, which ones do I not read? That's the hardest. People have taken the time to write in and I'm like, fuck you, you know?
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. Anyway, excuse me. This first one comes from Sam Nixon. Subject line, has Rory been watching Indiana Jones?
Oh.
Hello. Hello, boys. I reckon Rory's been listening to your Indiana Jones month because that man is punching Nazis left, right, and centre. In all seriousness, this continues a run of King Rory episodes, from not getting peg-dolled in Night of Terrors to the majesty that is the girl who waited, aka Rory's choice. Arthur Darvill really lifts this back half of the season and embodies everything I love about the weird, bumbling nature of Doctor Who. I wish I could say the same about the rest of this episode. This is where River's character arc really starts to fall apart for me. As Mel's, she's just as annoying, and it seems Moffat can't decide if she's supposed to have fallen in love with the Doctor or just become infatuated with him that broke her murderous obsession. Either way, it doesn't quite explain why before this point River or Melody has never expressed an uncontrollable need to kill the Doctor, besides that the rest of the episode is just a lot of standing around and talking, which really drags for me. There you go. Okay, I think it's time for Suit Talk. 11 rocks the black tie garb, proper dapper, but that god-awful green coat, yuck.
Yep.
Worst fit for 11 by a long way. Stick to the tweeds, my friend. Don't argue with me, Nathan, if you are. I guess I have no way to reply, so you probably win. Lawrence will have my back on this one, I hope. Got it.
Wait, look,
Fucking
I
nailed
don't
it.
like how predictable we are.
Fucking nailed it, I will say. Anyway, there's some really exciting episodes coming up, including one in which I believe should have been the series finale instead of the wedding of Spoiler. A little sizzle for you there. Keep on legging, Sam. I reckon I know which one is probably they think is supposed to be the finale.
I have no context. I'm entering mega hazy era.
I reckon they'll probably think it'll be the God Complex. But
Is that the one with the? Is that next week's one?
no.
What's next week's one? Terrors or something?
Night Terrors, yeah.
With the little creepy faces.
There's a little boy.
Them fucking faces, man. They scare the shit out of me.
Well, that's something we'll talk about next week, Lawrence.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Use that clip. Put that in next week.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Sam. Thank you for getting in touch. This next one, also you're wrong about the coat. This next one is from Leah Marie Farrell. Farrell? I'm not sure.
With the
Either
hat?
you're related to Will or the other one. Williams.
Will
Pharrell
Ferrell
Williams.
or Pharrell?
Will Ferrell? Pharrell Williams?
Same
Wait a
person.
minute. Am I going insane, or did Will Ferrell work on Succession?
Yeah, he produced a lot of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I saw his name in the credits. I never brought that up.
Yeah.
Anyway, there we go. Hi, Nathan and Lawrence. When this episode first came out, I was 11 on holiday with my family. That makes me feel fucking old.
Yeah.
I was 11. Shut up. I was 11 on holiday with my family. I made them sit in the hotel with me to watch it. I think it's a silly but cool episode of Doctor Who, and I think it gave a cool background to River and how she became who she did and how she managed to grow up with her mum and dad without them knowing. The weirdo of the week has to be Hitler, as other than the first 5 to 10 minutes at the start of the episode, he spends the rest of time just locked in a cupboard banging on the door. Yeah, that's true. We didn't really come back to him, but he's just still in that cupboard, I guess.
And he knows way too much.
Yeah, it's fine. He'll forget.
He's about to become Super Hitler.
No, not Super Hitler. P.S. I've only just found this podcast and began listening for almost 3 weeks and have just got halfway through season 5. Fucking hell. So might not hear this for a couple of days, but I have to agree with Nathan that 10's blue suit is the best, and the same with 11's bluish shirt and bow tie. Something about them in blue just looks so good. Oh, you're so right, Leah.
God's sake.
I love listening to this podcast. It helps me get through the night at work. Never stop. We never will. Thank you very much. All the best, Leah Marie.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening for 3 straight weeks.
That's too much. Stop that now.
Yeah. No, don't.
No, yeah, please don't. Please don't. This one is from Amy Hope, who says, "Let's kill Mustache Man." This is my second time writing in, and I'm really enjoying the podcast. I'm just finishing Amy's choice, so still got a while till I get here. But hey ho, who cares? But this episode is really enjoyable. I love the lore is all in capitals.
Nice.
Of River being Amy and Rory's childhood friend, along with her being their child is crazy. But the episode is also really funny, and seeing River high off regeneration energy is pretty cool. This being River's first time meeting the Doctor, while the Doctor already knowing her, is a nice contrast against the library episodes where it's the opposite. For my weirdo of the week, I'd say River, just how horned up she was. But some of that was probably from the regeneration. From Amy, brackets, not pond.
Do you reckon there's a subsection of Time Lords out there that have like a kink for post-regeneration sex?
Do you reckon there's Time Lords out there who have fucked themselves in like different regenerations?
What, like Metacrisis style? How do you mean?
No, just like fuck themselves.
Like they've gone and met themselves and fucked
Yeah,
themselves.
like say 10th Doctor fucks the 11th Doctor.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah. So they could do it and not even know. Well, actually, one of them would know, and that seems shady.
Yeah, to not say.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's bad.
Don't do that thing I just made up.
yeah. And fucking sickos for them thinking about it, by the way.
Yeah.
I do like the subject being "Let's kill Mustache Man." It just makes me feel like you're avoiding work email censors or something.
I don't think they're writing in from their work.
No, but we've had a few emails come in recently through like work laptops or something, haven't we?
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
Looking at their email address, it definitely doesn't seem like a work email. Okay. So there we go. Yeah, that's thank you very much to everyone who emailed in. Again, I'm sorry if we didn't get to read yours out. There was quite a few this week. I really do appreciate you all taking the time to write in this week. I know we're kind of hit and miss on this, but this week I'll make sure everyone who wrote in got a written reply as well. So yeah,
sometimes we get loads, sometimes we get few, and it's genuinely quite hard to keep track sometimes.
It is, but thank you. It's we really do appreciate it. So
yeah, it's great. It's great to hear everyone's opinions. And speaking of opinions, here's some more on Twitter. This one comes in from Kate on Twitter. What do we think about the theory that Rory is the master? This blew my fucking mind, by the way.
What?
Yeah. I remember seeing something before saying that when Rory says there's a strange banging in my head, which is happening as Hitler's put in the cupboard, that it's actually the drums of the time vortex that the master hears. Obviously, this is just silly, but thoughts. I had to get your opinion on this, though.
Ridiculous is my opinion on this. No, okay, he's obviously not the master.
Now, if they had played Voodoo Child, right, in the same scene, I would have understood it a bit more. But alas.
Sure, yes.
No, that's fucking absurd. Rory's not the master.
Rory's not the master. But what a twist that would be for Rory to just suddenly be the master.
I miss it when fan theories were like more akin to ridiculous, silly stuff like this, rather than just like vitriolic racist shit. Like, no, but you know how like fandoms react now versus how they did like 15 years ago.
Yes, I do. Unfortunately,
the world was a nicer place. Next tweet comes in from Joshua Broadhurst. This episode has some of River's most bark-worthy moments. Agreed, and her funniest moments all rolled up into one. I roar when she gets discovered by the SS and she tells them she's off to the wedding for all the things that the Nazis hate. Fun episode and doesn't take itself too seriously.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I'd agree with that. Yeah, it definitely doesn't take itself too seriously.
No, because it's very silly.
Yeah, this robot
but then
Nazis.
Yeah, robot Nazis and all this kind of stuff, and Sherlock Holmes sequences. But yeah, good bit of fun.
It is. It is a look. I don't think it's anyone's favourite episode, but it is fun.
It's my favourite.
Okay. I know that's not true.
I know, but now that you've said that, it's my favourite.
Okay. And the last one comes in from Lex, who's broken it down into good and bad. Good.
I love a good and bad.
I know, we've got a pros and cons list going on here. Good. River is at her best here. Want to get your take on that? I think it might be Alex Kingston's most energetic performance.
Yes, it's something very different from... No, not very different, but it's a little bit different from what we usually get because she is kind of like... It's a different era from what we usually see him. I
agree. I prefer to have her a bit more... I prefer a nice balance between kind of somber and flirty and fun. Because there is a kind of air of tragicness about the character of River Song.
There is one episode in particular for River which will just never be beaten for me.
Okay. Well, this is apparently your favourite episode, so...
but for different reasons.
Okay, all right. Sorry, so we're still in the good. Rory has some great moments. Overall, fun episode. Rory does have some great moments here.
He does, yeah.
Bad, I don't like Mel's. And her being River is a really obvious, quote, twist. Also, it's kind of a clickbait title since the episode isn't about World War II at all. Decent overall, but not a banger. Answer,
well,
Nathan.
wrong, because I deemed it is. So, first of all,
to be fair,
wrong.
Nathan did decree, all right? I don't like it either, but that's where we are.
Again, this is not a democracy. It's a dictatorship, okay? Second of all, what was the other thing?
They don't like, the clickbait title and Mel's
Clickbait title, twist. Yeah. It is a clickbait title, yeah.
Of course,
that's
it is.
fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. You can have a clickbait title.
I like it because of how different it is. So often Doctor Who titles are like The Whispers of Winds or something.
The something of the something.
Yeah, they're so often just bullshit, vague nonsense.
Yeah.
And I like that this one's just like, fuck it, killing Hitler. Come
on. Sure, yeah.
And it's after the first ever mid-season break, so they got to hook people.
It can also just be a quote as well from the episode.
Yeah.
So, in that sense, it's not clickbait.
Yeah, it is said.
So,
and Hitler does get one banged. You don't know how hard Rory hit him. We don't know how that ended up.
Checkmate. Atheist.
I mean, we do World War II, but
yeah, it did happen.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Nice, cool tweets.
That it? We good?
Yeah, that is it. That is it for tweets. That is it. Thank you everyone for writing in. It's much appreciated.
All right,
bye. No. Thank you very much for listening. Sorry, I had a cough. Thank you very much for listening. If you've enjoyed the show, then please feel free to leave us a little 5-star review. That'd be very, very cool. You can also follow us on Twitter at StillGotLegsPod, and you can email your thoughts over at StillGotLegsPodcast. And we have a Discord server. The link to join that is in the show notes. A lot of fun going on over there. Come and join us. Come and join the fun. And also, a massive thank you to shout out to Nina for managing our short form content, all of our TikToks and Reels, and also Pierce for being the Word of God in the... Yeah, and also Pierce for being the Word of God in our Discord server, which is very appreciated. He's the sheriff over there. And again, if you feel so inclined, I know we mentioned this up top, we do have a Ko-Fi link in the show notes. If you want to help us with the running of both shows, that's very cool and very kind. Obviously, no pressure. These episodes are always going to be available for free forever. And... That's a lot of ands. Speaking of both shows, Nathan, we have a podcast as well, don't we? Another one.
We do have another podcast, yes. It's called Another Happy Pod. He did. It's called Another Happy Pod. It's our pop culture podcast where every week we watch and discuss something in that realm, be it a movie, be it a TV show, be it a video game. And this week, and for the next fucking 14 weeks, we are going to be talking all about the X-Men movies.
God.
Starting, of course, with... 2000's X-Men?
2000, yeah.
Yeah, 2000's X-Men, and finishing off with Deadpool and Wolverine sometime in October. So,
fun fact,
there we go.
I have spent the last month making no less than 6 videos on X-Men, so I am already X-Men the fuck out by this point.
I haven't watched anything X-Men, so I'm good to go.
You're lucky. I wish I could feel as fresh as I felt a month ago on the X-Men.
Don't let it affect your opinion.
No, I won't.
Right?
I won't at all.
You gotta be a professional.
I will. I promise I will. Yeah, thank you very much for listening, everyone. We'll see you next week. Stay groovy, stay sexy. Nathan, what should they stay?
Stay yourself.
Okay.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.